All right, and welcome to another exciting installment of the Terrorisk podcast.
Hello, everybody. I didn't go missing.
Yeah, Brendan's back. Yeah, he had problems with his phone, so I couldn't get in touch with him, even though he's a fucking adult and he could have found a way easily. He just didn't.
I don't want this to reflect on Metro PCS as a company, but I kind of got gypped at the store. Someone fucked with me. I had to pay for something else I shouldn't have paid for. It's a big problem. My phone stopped charging, so I couldn't contact anyone. I didn't get the number switch. I have a new number, and I had this whole thing where they had to put my phone back on and give me back the money that they kind of stole from me. It's fun.
Yeah, well, honestly, all of that is your fault for sticking with Metro PCS.
$30 a fucking month.
You got to speak into the mic.
It's $30 a month. I don't do that much on my it does everything I need it to do for $30 a month. Why would I get anything else? I don't understand this iPhone shit. But whatever, I'm back.
Well, yeah, I mean, you may pay $30 a month compared to my $70 a month. However, I get free updates, I get unlimited data, I get high speeds, I get a lot of services. Where if I call up my service provider, AT&T, and bitch at them enough, they'll probably give me like free credit for like a few months. If I just told them it's like cancel my thing, I don't want it, I'm switching to Verizon. Sir, could you just like kind of go over like what went wrong with our service to make you switch? I don't know. I just don't like you guys. Like every time I try to do this or that, like you always cause problems. Oh, we're very sorry to hear that, sir. It's not only that, but I lost a lot of money because of you. I ended up paying this. This is all bullshit. And they'd be like, well, we're very sorry to hear that. And if there's anything we could do to keep your business, we would be happy to work with you. Is there any chance we could offer like a free month or credit for 2 free months? And I'll be like, yeah, all right. And then just do it again the next year. I know I don't do this personally, but I know this works. I watch like my boss do it with everything. Like every time he buys a laptop, he scores a second free one. I mean, he doesn't do it now because he's a fucking millionaire, but
Yeah, it's surprising though what people that are millionaires would do. I think it was a picture of I think like Donald Trump's son using asking for a water cup at McDonald's and filling it up with soda. It's just like what? Even I am just I'll buy the fucking cup. I just don't give a shit.
Oh, by the way, this is the new podcast thing. The new it's part of the new protocol. Where we use a candle.
You can't use the candle?
No, where we use a candle when we record.
Okay, why is that so?
What?
Why is that?
Do you want me to explain it to you? Like, are you actually interested?
Well, yeah.
I
don't know why.
So, outside of podcasting, I learned how to apply Pavlovian conditioning on yourself. You know about the experiment Pavlov's dog?
No, not really.
Basically, he would get a dog, and before he fed the dog, he would ring a bell.
Oh yeah, that thing. Okay, yeah.
And then when he would not even have food, he would just ring the bell, and the dog would come and expect.
They associate.
So I learned that you could do that to yourself. Like if I have to read or if I have to study or do something, I'll just light a candle before doing so, and it tricks my brain into being in focus.
I think I need.
Yo, talk into the mic.
It's not that close enough. It can't pick up. Fucking thing. I think. Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
See, I gotta get something other than because my bed is. No, put this down. Sorry. Technical. Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you talk into the mic. Because remember, I could hear you fine with or without it. It's the people. No, bring it up.
This is fine.
Bring it up. Yeah.
That's the problem. The chair doesn't go underneath.
I told you.
And there's no way to lean back.
Yeah, so you got to lean forward into the mic.
Damn.
Just talk into the mic, man. I'm leaning forward into the mic.
Yeah, but my bed is also where I sit. That's the problem. Because it's not just associated. Bed should be associated. You don't sit in your bed, right?
What?
Until you go to sleep. Right?
Yeah, I don't keep a screen in my
Yeah,
bedroom.
so I need something. I need at least a futon. So to change it into a couch. So that when I change it back into a bed, my brain goes, oh, bedtime.
You don't have a bed?
I have a bed.
But you don't have a couch.
The bed is also the couch in my room. The bed is where I sit.
Brother, you need your own fucking apartment. You don't need this shit.
No, fuck that. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, I guess.
I like the communal living. You know, if something's in the fridge, I just, eat it. And I'll leave something in the fridge and I'll just be like, if somebody eats it, that's okay. But if it's that, then sometimes it's really, it's a surprise.
I couldn't live like that. I could not. I need my own space. I need my own apartment. The only person who I could really share a living space with is someone I'm fucking. And there's no other like.
That's actually, I don't know.
I mean, one thing. I mean,
I actually don't like that.
You probably can't live alone.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't think I'd want to do that.
What? Live by yourself?
I like to leave and sleep.
Oh, you mean you couldn't?
Apart with it's the one thing. It's like, and I've done like, maybe if I get more comfortable with somebody, even when I'm comfortable with somebody, it's like I can't. I move so much,
nah, you're
and
good.
it's like. I'm like, this is nice and all, but I'm actually not getting proper, like, deep sleep. And think about it, when you fall asleep, whether you're next to somebody or not, you go into sleep alone. Your consciousness leaves into its own thing. So you're not with them while you're asleep anyway. Even if you're cuddling and shit, you lose consciousness, and then you regain consciousness, and then you're there with them again. But you're not sleeping with them. Once you're both asleep, you're in different worlds.
Oh shit! I just realized how much better it is now that your weed tolerance is high, so I can keep rolling and smoking, and then you won't get like too high. Like, oh, no more for me, thanks.
Well, before that, I didn't have a problem. I just wouldn't hit it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, that bothers you?
No, it's not.
It doesn't bother you. I'm not taking drinks though.
No, it doesn't bother. It's just I make the effort to roll a joint for like to pass, and then it's like, oh really? You've had enough, really, buddy? It's like, what are you, a pussy? Did you get sand in your vagina? No, it's because out of all the podcast hosts I do this with, you're like,
Well, I also think that's a good thing because
no, you're the closest one who could match me. Everyone else who I do the podcast with, after like one joint, they kick it and they're like, I can't smoke anymore. I'm like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck, you fucking pussy? No, it's because when I was in high school, I went to high school in Staten Island for like the most part. And what happened?
Caps off at a point. It doesn't. You don't get like. It's not like, okay. To me, alcohol is a different. It's different. Weed is not inebriating. You cannot smoke so much weed that, oh, now I can't function. That doesn't happen.
It used to.
I think what happens at first, if you don't smoke and you do, all of a sudden you get this radical shift in consciousness, and that's distracting you from whatever else you were about to do. Once you're used to being like that, once you've done it and you know where you're about to go, it's not like it impairs your motor skills.
Yes,
it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it's not like alcohol. It does not shut down those parts of
I'm
your
not
brain
saying-
that
I'm not
I can
saying-
move my arm the same fucking way.
I'm not saying
I'm not
it's-
going to stumble.
I'm not saying it's like alcohol. I'm just saying like your body. I think your body can really adapt to the effects of weed, but I don't think the human body can adapt to the effects of alcohol as well.
I tried. It doesn't. Yeah,
No. I mean, even people
You
with
saw me. I was just passing out, pissing myself all the time. And I
not-
was drinking for years and years and years. I didn't get a tolerance.
It's not just
got
you.
drunk.
It's not just you. Even people with a tolerance, like, like a person with a weed tolerance, even if they reach their limit, they're not going to be like the same as when they smoke their first fat blunt. Like a person with a high tolerance can keep smoking and smoking, and they're never. They might go to sleep, but that's about it. They're never going to get fully there. Whereas alcohol, no matter how high of a tolerance you
just
have,
drink enough.
and then you'll get like there. You'll get there.
You have to drink more, but you can.
You can get there.
Well, you no matter what, you can make yourself black out.
Yes, you can't do that.
Alcohol is a toxin that once it shuts down, slowly starts shutting down parts of your brain.
Yeah.
Weed doesn't shut down parts of your brain like that. Like,
And it slows you down, but that's it.
I think you might get the only people will get like discombobulated is because they're not used to being that way. So now they're like.
No,
thinking,
I think it's
now instead of thinking
nah,
about I'm gonna walk to the store, now they're thinking about like some other total different shit.
Nah, dude, it's also physiological. Like I remember when I first smoked weed, there would be like points of nausea. Where I'd just be like, oh, everything looks too like wah 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 wah. Like I'm like, this is too much. But after like my first year of smoking, never happened again. I mean, yeah, I would get like blitzed. I would get like blitted out of my mind, but it would never happen like the first few times I smoked. You know what I mean? You remember?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think it's also because
I think your body just gets used to it really
also,
fast.
yeah, the body fucking like because the body's made to, and like you have a liver for a reason.
It's really about what can your body metabolize.
Well, the thing is, actually, it's a liver thing. Most drugs, like any type of pill, any type of even caffeine, it has to go through your liver and it has to get processed the toxins out of it.
And your liver, and once your liver learns the programming for certain substances, like it.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't need to learn it because there's nothing to process out of weed. See, alcohol, it needs to process alcohol cannot exist in the body.
Well, no, it's because it's not an ingestive substance, right? What it do, like the real effects of weed is, you know, when you inhale the smoke,
well,
it's
you can eat it too.
Yeah, but I'm saying the THC, the cannabinoids or whatever.
But it's not a toxin.
No, it sends signals to your brain that has that effect, and eventually your body, your brain, which is a part of your body, is going to get used to that. It's going to understand that imprint. However, with alcohol, it's like that phase happens after, like you said, the toxin. Like you're basically poisoning yourself, and that's what creates that effect. I think like when it comes to fucking weed, there's like smoking it, and then that does it. But the reason why, like when people eat edibles, no matter how high your weed tolerance is, if you eat too many edibles, like you will get fucking rocked. You know, you ever see that before? Like you ever see the people who
I've
eat?
never had much luck with
Speaking
edibles.
to the mic.
I've never had much luck with edibles.
Yeah. You got to talk into the mic, man.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's like you might as well just talk. Which is funny because you were the one who said we should start recording, and I was like, all right, but you got to talk into the mic.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, the edibles are funny because it's like that, you know. It's you have one and you're like, I'm not really feeling it. 45 minutes go by, you're like, I think I'm gonna eat another one. Another 20 minutes is like still nothing. I should just eat another one. And then by the third one, it's like you're gone. You know, like you're done. Because then you get that, like you get the perpetual peaking. You know, because the first edible gets digested and circulates, and the second one digests even faster, and then the third one is just done, and it all compounds, and you get too fucked up on weed just because you ate gummies. Wow, you don't have thoughts on gummies?
I was making gummies where I was eating them sometimes. It weren't doing much. I don't know.
But you do smoke. You smoke wax a lot now.
I like wax. I like concentrates. Concentrates are cool.
I remember a lot of people were like, concentrates are the only way I get high anymore. You know.
I think no matter what, flour is good because flour is the natural state and it has certain cannabinoids that might be processed out when you do make a concentrate. So I think you should always.
Honestly, I smoke joints like cigarettes. I don't mind smoking joints constantly because I'm like, it's not as bad as that. And I still smoke cigarettes. You see me smoke cigarettes, but I only smoke cigs when I'm like driving. You know, like I just don't.
It's like when it's nice out. It's like a shift in like I'm going outside for 5 minutes and then coming back in. It's not just the cigarette. It's also like the shift in environment and like I don't know. It's like a ritualistic thing kind of. But also, yeah, I like to walk with the cigarette. I like the vaping thing is for when I'm sitting and just relaxing and chilling, and I can just hit it whenever I feel like it. Cigarettes is for when I'm moving and I'm walking somewhere and I'm riding my bike, or if I was driving, if I did drive. I like a cigarette for travel.
No, but I quit vaping. The only reason why I have this is because oh my God, this story. Over the weekend, I visited my boss's place because he just finished his mansion. And when I say mansion, like it's a real fucking mansion with like a guest house attachment and everything. But like, he keeps trying to get me to fucking move in, which I don't want to do because like I got family shit to deal with.
Don't live with your boss.
Exactly. I mean, I like him. We used to live together, so it's like I lived with him before. But he wasn't really my boss at that time. I mean, he was, but not like the same way. He wasn't a rich motherfucker. But like, this place has like a 12-car garage. His garage has an elevator, so more cars could be stored below. I'm like, John, you're a madman. But like, I went to his place and as soon as I got out, because I've always known him to smoke cigarettes, and then he was like, "Oh, I quit cigarettes for vaping," and I was like, "That's stupid. I did the opposite. I quit vaping for cigarettes."
I don't really think it's worse for you.
Vaping?
Yeah.
I don't. It's not that I'm worried about. If I really cared about my health, I wouldn't do.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it to begin with.
But I just think like vaping is like kind of gay. You know, it's a little feminine. It's a little fucking homosexual.
I'm not thinking about that. I don't. That doesn't even make sense.
I mean, it doesn't give me the same. All right, so when I vape, I feel like I want to chill like a dandy. I want to vape. I want to sip some margaritas, some wine coolers. I want to eat some carved fruit.
Like you like the grittiness of a Just fucking cigarette.
And when I smoke a cigarette, I'm writing, I'm reading, I'm fucking talking, I'm like talking about work, I'm getting shit done.
It's making me want a cigarette.
Well, yeah. And I try not.
I like them both for different reasons.
Also, I don't like smoking like.
Just like I like wax and weed for different reasons. I like different things for different reasons. Like,
Also, when I smoke cigarettes, when
I like drinking coffee, but I like drinking something else for a different reason. You know?
Yeah. Also, when I smoke cigarettes indoors, I don't smoke from the pack. Usually, I usually roll from, because I get Native American Spirit. It's like the best rolling tobacco you could pretty much get.
Yeah, I'll use it for a while.
But yeah, like so, I like rolling my smokes at least, and I don't know. I'm just, what really got me back into cigarettes from vaping? It was Native Americans. Like I watched a lot of cowboy movies, and I saw how they like revered tobacco, and I was like, tobacco is kind of like one of nature's bounties. I mean, it's not like that if you're smoking Marlboros or Parliaments, but like, Native American spirits or natural American spirits are kind of a different story.
I wonder what America would be like if the natives were like, they actually were allowed to like evolve and keep their country. Like if it was them, not like Europeans coming over, like what society would have been like, technology would have been like, everything. It would have been totally fucking different.
It would have been like
there might not be even money. Like it would have been a different society completely altogether. They didn't have money.
It would have been like beef jerky smelling Wakanda.
It might be way more technologically advanced. You never know what kind of time they would have had freed up,
Yep, but I mean, now we're living in this alternate reality where they have casinos now, the most high-tech casinos in America. Actually, that's not true. The most high-tech casinos in America are Las Vegas. But outside of Las Vegas, all the casinos, the big deal, like the big boy casinos, are run by them Indians.
Yeah, because they had to play the capitalist game with us, and that's the way they could do it.
Yeah, because I mean, we fucked. I mean, the rest of the country tried to fuck them, but then the way they fucked them opened up the Native American, gave them a golden opportunity to really capitalize on building stuff like casinos. So
they had no choice. They didn't even want capitalism to begin with. But now it's like
imagine
part of it.
Imagine you were part of a race of humanity where it's like all of the world decided to just cut your dicks off, but you got the ability to fly. Like
I'd rather keep my dick.
But I'm just saying, like, that's what happened to them. It's like they got their dicks cut off, but they gained the ability to, like, fly and shit all over everyone from the sky.
Not really. They all live in shit.
And they're all
kind of shitty.
And they're all, they're all the biggest alcoholics ever.
Yeah. It really, I think, like, something happens, I think, genetically. I think DNA gets warped somehow from trauma and gets carried on. I really fucking think.
I think I'm like a freak of nature because Asians aren't supposed to handle alcohol. They're not supposed to be able to like handle alcohol, but for me, it's just because of tolerance.
That's not true. Asian cultures drink so much.
Yeah, but do they drink like I do? Like,
what are you, Korean, right?
But still, it's not like actually. Yeah, Koreans are very genetically diverse because a lot of who brought diversity to Koreans. The Mongolians, because by the time Mongolians,
they raped everybody.
Yeah, by the time Mongolians got
forced cultures upon
by
them.
the time the Mongolians got to Korea, they were already carrying the genetic load of like everyone that's how they replenished their numbers.
I'm sure if you're going around doing that shit, you're probably drinking a lot.
Yeah,
those guys were not sober, doing the things that they were fucking doing and being okay with it. Every night they had to drown out like, this is fine, this is normal. I only raped a couple of 5-year-olds today. Like it was just a free for all. Humanity is insane. It's crazy.
You know what your problem is? You look at the whackness. I don't do that.
Yeah, fuck you.
I look at the dopeness.
Pull out that.
I just look at the dopeness. But you just look at the whackness.
It is a good line.
Yeah, that's true though.
This is a good movie. I forgot about that movie. I want to rewatch the Whackness now.
Because it is really like that.
You watch the Whackness?
Yeah, it is really like that though. Some people just look at the whackness, and some people. Look at
I saw him with his fucking Jew guy in Starbucks once.
Ben Kingsley.
What?
Ben Kingsley, the actor's name, Jew guy. The Jew guy.
No, not the Jew guy. No, I mean I saw what's his name from Drake and Josh. with his Jew guy.
Oh,
He's Jewish.
Josh Peck has his
I
own.
saw him.
Yeah. He has a rabbi.
It was
probably.
after the whackness. I was a bike messenger, man. I went to go do my normal piss in the fucking Starbucks, take some milk, and I walked in and I saw him. And I walked back, I double taped, and I saw him sitting next to like a rabbi, like just
Take some milk.
nonchalantly on Broadway Street in just a random hole in the wall Starbucks, just like looked like a normal person if you didn't double check. And I'm like. And I wanted to be like, yo, I like the whack, but I saw him like he's with his fucking spiritual advisor, or maybe his, I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna go up to him and bother him in New York City, so I just walked away. You know, like you should do. I think. I don't think you should see like, oh, I saw that person on TV, and let me go bother him. Like it seems weird. I would feel weird doing that, so I didn't. But I saw him.
You know, I had a similar experience. You know who I ran into in the city? Do you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I watched all of it while I was smoking crystal meth.
Great, that's actually really awesome. But remember, remember Jesse's first girlfriend?
Was it the drug one that died?
Yeah, I met her.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. You want to see? Yeah, no, she was mad cool.
Picture with her?
Yeah, she was mad cool. But the thing was, she was so I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think she was hot, but like, she is so fucking tall.
No, it's funny. I've seen a lot of. As a messenger, when I would go into like photo shoot things and see these actual models in real life, they look like aliens. It's disproportionate. Like they look great on screen, but when you see them in real life, you do a double take. You're like, is that a person? Well, it's like the uncanny valley effect because they have like huge eyes that are spaced apart. They're really tall and it looks great on a magazine. When you see them in real life, it's like that's unproportionate.
Yeah, it's kind of like
an alien.
It's kind of like Anya Taylor-Joy. You know who that is?
No, but I think some celebrities look like aliens, and it looks normal to us because it's on TV.
Yeah.
But when you see them in real life, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, if you saw Steven Tyler in real life, you'd be like, ah! You'd be freaked the fuck out, but that's Steven Tyler.
No, you're right.
Like, dude, don't smile. Don't move your mouth at all. The fuck is that?
Here, hit this. Hit it. Hit the joint.
Jesus fucking
Hit the
Christ.
butt. Hit the butt, bro.
I like how he has a filter. He gets a filter in there, too. It's very good. Professional.
What do you mean?
Filter.
Brother, I roll every joint.
Yes, you did develop that skill and you kept that skill. A rolling good joint. That's a really good skill that not a lot of people have nowadays.
What? Rolling?
Yeah, these fucking kids like with their wax pens.
You mean you're basically just saying like nobody knows how to roll a fucking joint or a blunt anymore, which I agree with you. It's true. It's a shame. It's a damn shame, dude. You know,
but,
I think
that butane oil is not that good, man, for people to be using. You know, that THC oil shit, like the vapes suck. It's distillate is disgusting. It's a horrible thing to do. It's a freak of nature.
The Benjamins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to rolling, it was actually a funny story about that. Like, by the time I was 15, 16, smoking with like Cicero and them, like all the boys of Bay Terrace, and the girls, I should add. But like we were all smoking together and shit, and like I didn't know how to roll that well, but I knew how to roll enough where I was clearly like better than everyone else. But because of that alone, that made me the designated roller. So I wasn't any good at rolling. It's just because I was the only one who sort of knew how to do it that made me the designated, and I got better at it because I did it every fucking time. Until by the time we were like 19, 20, I would challenge people. I'll be like, you cannot roll a better blunt than me. And I was right. Like they really, really couldn't.
I feel like there should be more like, you know how like, you know, they have movies made in like the 2000s about the 80s and shit. And they do that all the time, right? You go back like 20 years, right? They don't, I think there should be more like 2000s movies now. Like about like kids.
There are,
It was a time that we had.
There will be. It'll get there. There will be.
I remember being younger and looking at it. Oh man, the kids in the 80s had that time, and the kids in the 60s had their time. We don't really got shit. But I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, we were in the cusp of it, in between like no technology to into technology. The cell phones that like Superbad's a good thing about that. Superbad. If you watch that now,
it is that
you could feel like kind of a vibe of what it was like.
Instant classic.
It was an instant classic. That was genius.
Do you have any idea what foods are shaped like dicks? The best foods.
Yeah, when I saw that part with the dicks, there was like a certain percentage of kids that and I'm like, because we've been seeing this our whole lives, And if you're not one of those dick drawers,
I don't know you. I don't fuck with you.
I'm not. No, I'm not one of them.
I am.
I was the one laying on the desk going, why the fuck are kids trying dicks everywhere? Like, they're using the bathroom. Like, who's doing this?
Check it out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's you know the bitch. She's the best. I mean, I like her as an actress, and I do think she's really pretty.
Well, most actresses are pretty. They don't pick ugly ones.
The only thing was,
play
like,
an ugly character.
We're talking about Caitlyn Ritter, by the way, and she was just tall. She was just like really, really tall. Maybe she was wearing fake shoes, like fake height shoes. I don't know. You're tall. You're a kind of a tall guy.
See, I don't feel tall because I don't notice looking down at people very much. So, like, I don't feel tall when I'm standing around you. I don't feel, because like there are people like that I stand around them, I get too close to them, I'm like, I feel tall now, and I get the feeling of being tall. But most of the time, I do not. Actually, I feel inwardly. I feel small. Like a small. I feel small.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
It's weird. I do not, and I think that's completely. It's weird. It shows a lot of things about, like, we do not see ourselves objectively at all. And I don't think anyone else sees us objectively. So what do we actually look like? Because I believe that we look different to every person. Well, I am disgusting to some people, and to some people I am hot. How the fuck does that work?
Well, before we get into all that shit, I just want to say that when we hang out, first of all, I'm not tall, but I'm not short. I'm like very, very on the cusp of being tall. So like I'm by no means short. So when I stand next to you, you won't get that feeling. And then I look at your past, right? And I'm like, most of the people that you spent your time around with who weren't girls were also relatively tall. Like JoJo is a relatively tall guy. Mark, relatively tall.
So taller than me. JoJo's like fucking couple of inches, dude. Last time I saw JoJo, and I'm like, wait, you were not this. How did you get tall?
The three of you were always like pretty tall.
I didn't realize how tall JoJo is. A huge person.
Yeah.
He is fucking like 6'5" or something, man.
Yeah, but
like looking up, and I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, I tried fighting you so many. I punched him in the face. But what was I thinking? I thought I was gonna. Yep, here we go. I'm gonna beat this thing up. I'm gonna fucking fight you. How did I think? Because me and I do, when I get angry, I lose a sense of fear that it should be there. It just turns off. It's like retard thing. I swear to God, I become like, I just like bling, and something turns off. I hear a bell, and it's just like I become a psychopath for a couple of minutes.
I want to take that on. I'll take you on as a psycho. I want to take on psycho.
You're not gonna be able to take me on as a psycho because there's.
You know how I would take on
Can't
Psycho.
Set that up.
You know what I would do if I were to take on Psycho Bren. If I had to take on Psycho Bren.
No, because I'm not good. That's not a fight. That's not a fight. That's me. I would just pick up anything. I would find a way to kill you or something. Like it's not. I'm not trying to look good.
Well, no.
I'm not trying to.
I'm not talking about looking good. First of all, you don't. If when it comes to violence, right? We should look at it like there's phases to it. Like if you're willing to take it to the next level, because there's levels to it. There's the first level, which is shit talking, right? Which is like, I say insulting things, you say insulting
escalation
things. And then you take it to the next. You escalate it to the next level, which is going to be pushing, shoving. It's like, what? You're gonna do something, and then like egging each other.
That's where it stopped for me.
And then you take it to the level after that, which is someone actually takes a swing, and usually it stops there. But if it doesn't stop there, then it escalates to a level even higher, where you pick up foreign objects and actually look to, like, you're either scared or you're looking to kill. It's one of those, and that's that level.
Because there's a certain amount of adrenaline where certain parts of your logical mind start shutting down. I realized, and so the logical part that tells you I'm going to go to prison, there's a limit to that. Yeah. That only goes so far to the human brain, to where your animal instincts kick in, and you just go. Your brain does not think prison exists right now. It doesn't exist.
Brendan, you gotta understand. You could train it. You could train your level of control over that impulse.
But the fear of prison does not work.
No, dude, let me finish. I'm just saying, like, let's say you practice something like martial arts, or like, something like fighting or boxing or a sport like that, or aggressive sport like wrestling. The more you do that, the more you engage in that level, in that phase, And maybe not even in a violent, like aggressive state, more like this is what we do. This is our sport. This is our art. This is what we practice. We're just used to hitting each other really hard because that's what we're supposed to be doing. And then once you get used to that and something happens spontaneously, like in a social setting, you're not as animalistic about it. Instead,
that's what martial arts, that's the key of martial arts. It's taking an animalistic thing that we usually do, which is fighting,
and you can look at it and you're like, oh shit,
and that's what separates us from an animal.
Yeah.
That's what separates us from an animal in violence.
Yeah.
Because it's a methodical violence. It's not a you're able to do the movements and things that you would need to do in an emergency adrenaline situation without the extra adrenaline, without the extra hormone that's shutting off parts of your brain.
Now let me explain.
So now your brain's still intact.
Now let me explain something else. When you do it that way, it's also less moral. Because think about it, you have more excuses to work with when it's just like, but when you're doing it in a controlled way,
you're conscious of it.
For those people, it's a game.
You're self-conscious.
And I'm not talking about like bad people who just do. I'm talking about like, let's say it's your job, like you're a bouncer, or like let's say you're a security guard, or let's say you're a soldier, or let's say you're a cop, or let's say you're one of these people who actively, regularly, it's your job to engage with violence. Eventually, when you don't look at it with just pure, like what we were talking, like normal people, like normal kids, like they would just see red.
Well, that's why there's difference between manslaughter, a crime of passion, and a psychopath or a fucking serial killer. You know, a serial killer is not angry when he's doing it.
It's a game.
That's a person as a society, we are so afraid of that because most people, when they act out in violence, it's like, you know, the guy who shot the fucking CEO.
Yeah.
He was acting out of fear, out of fucking
Brendan.
He was not. That was a passion crime. Now, a serial killer is just. There's no anger or fear there. It's just a complete, just like, I deciding to do this, like, I don't know. And we fear that because that doesn't make sense to a lot of people. You know, that is what do we do with that? Like, we have to just kill them.
Unless it's unless it's your job. You know, there is a place for psychopaths.
Yes,
sometimes it's their job.
Our society, actually. Yeah. Like, capitalism is a place for psychopaths. It works. You could legally kill people.
Yeah.
You could legally put people in positions to where they suffer.
I mean, put it this way.
You could legally steal.
And you would argue that if there was no civilization or society, it's the psychopaths that would be more likely to survive.
If there was no society, I think psychopaths created society. The ruling class, anyone in the beginning of civilization, and when everyone was just fucking people walking around with their dicks out, they had to have started out with someone just going a little crazy and going like, you know, everyone, you fucking do this and you fucking do this. I'm in control now. And they were like, you know, everyone else is like, you know, he's fucking acting crazy. Let's fucking listen to him.
No, what I'm going to say is this: is like the people that the average person would think is crazy, insane, unwell, be scary, like predatory. Those are the people where, like, thousands of years ago, they were the ones you wanted to be near. You know, because like, you know, a paranoid schizophrenic who like doesn't sleep and is like constantly looking out for threats. That's the person who survives the wilderness. Someone like you or me, like some soft motherfucker who's just like, oh yeah, I just wanna, yeah,
he's gonna start seeing things that aren't there.
All right, fine, shut up. All right, that's semantics. Sorry, I don't mean to tell you to shut up. I just mean, like, just before you take it that far, I just mean paranoid, like a paranoid, unwell person. I don't mean schizophrenic, like hallucinatory.
Yeah, that's not mental.
That's not what I mean. That's not. Mental illness doesn't even have a place in the example that I'm talking about. I just mean, like, you know, it's like someone who's just paranoid, someone who's on edge and suffering from anxiety. We look at that as a mental illness, but in the wilderness, that's a survival tool. You know, that's an instrument that'll keep you fucking alive. You know, like.
She's saying like how I'm pretty good at work because I'm really like, yeah, and it's like a lot of anxiety, but like I'm always like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
why is that there? That needs to go over there. I want to get that done now, so then we don't fucking do it later, and we don't have to stay here and it takes an hour to close.
You are so unable to gel with contemporary modern society because of the specific fact that you have too much of your animal instincts dominating the fake, gay, soft, fucking modern society in post-industrial era version of our species, when there is a version of our species that benefited a lot more greatly with ideas of aggression, violence, ruthlessness.
That's lawful Like when I read the natures of D&D, I'm like, and I read like what are, and I'm like, pick your character. I'm like, I'm gonna pick the personality trait that I feel is closest to me. And I looked him up. I'm like, I am by nature, and I've never heard of this before, but you're saying I align mostly with chaotic good.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I don't understand lawful people. They don't make, that's like a robot to me. I'm like, how are you? Well, that's legal and this is legal. I'm like, yeah, but that's fucking stupid. And you're gonna die if you do it that way. That's gonna fuck you over. Do it this way, but that's legal. Yeah, but that's the right way. Shut the fuck up.
No,
legality means fucking dick squat to me.
The reason why
I live by my own morals.
like when it comes to lawful good and lawful evil, here's what I understand about them. They're, first of all, they're zealots. That's how you have, that's the archetype of zealotry. Now, when you look at,
I don't like zealotry.
Yeah, I know, because you're chaotic. Same here. I'm a chaotic. I always say like I'm chaotic good. I play air guitar. You know, like that's chaotic good shit. But like when you're like chaotic, when you're lawful evil or lawful good. Now the thing about that is, even within the realms of the chaos and the law, like the lawful archetypes, like there's still a hierarchy. Like for example, let's say when you're chaotic evil or chaotic good, there's people.
But I like laws that make sense.
Listen. I'm just saying there's people that are really good at being chaotic good, and there's people that are just really bad at being chaotic good. You know, there's some people who are chaotic good and they're just badass. They're fucking strong, they're fast, they're quick-witted. And there's some people who are chaotic good, they're just stupid and inept and incompetent. Same thing on the lawful side. There's like lawful good and lawful evil people who are like godlike competence. And then there's like zealots that are just idiot, like they're zealots to like an idiotic degree. You know, like on both sides, the reason why, like when you say I can't understand why anyone would want to be lawful good or lawful evil, is because within that realm they see the gods of lawful good and lawful evil, and they're like, and there are gods within every spectrum, and they're like, yo, those guys know what they're doing in the lawful part of the spectrum. I want to be like that.
I feel like lawful isn't actually logical. Yeah, I feel that's blind. I feel like you're not thinking, if you're not thinking about something and just doing it because it says so.
Put it this way, how would you compare like someone like fucking like Socrates to Robin Hood? You know, they're both great people and they're both great like figures in mythology and history. Well, Socrates more history, Robin Hood is more loosely based on like an actual historical figure that did similar things. But
really, it was based on the true thing? That was a made up story.
Yeah, I think it was based on a rogue noble who like did like who coordinated heists to pay off peasants and shit. But like aside from that, like I think that kind of thing, that's chaotic good to me. You know, like Robin Hood is chaotic good. Lawful good is more like the other example I said. Like Socrates is like lawful good, you know? He's all about rationale, reason, and the moral, the greatest moral good for, or a worse example would be.
Yeah, but I'm a stickler. Like I am like, fuck the rules. But if the law makes sense, I'm like, you better fucking follow that. Like I'm a stickler. Like I'm like a fucking fascist about shit that I think makes sense. Like, okay, like, oh yeah, you shouldn't smoke, you know, you shouldn't smoke weed while at work. I'm like, that doesn't make fucking sense. I got this and this done. Shut the fuck up. That law doesn't apply. It doesn't make sense to me, so I'm not gonna follow it. But chicken, I just fucking saw chicken in a plastic bag above the lettuce in the fucking walk-in. So you're gonna fucking complain about something that doesn't affect anyone, but this fucking chicken, which can fucking poison everyone's, get us all shut down, make us lose our fucking jobs, but you're not gonna fucking obey that law? Dude, I can make one fucking phone call and shut this fucking place down. Alright? I do not make enough for me to shut my fucking mouth. So you better fucking fix this shit. Like, I will bitch about it, and they'll complain to me about, like, do you complain to me about shit that I'm like, I know I'm gonna get this fucking job done. You're breaking a fucking health code violation and an OSHA violation. Oh, we don't have time to clear the place before we throw them in the bin at you. Actually, that's not just a personal preference, motherfucker. That's an OSHA violation. Now I stick my hand there, I cut my hand, and I get a fucking disease.
Dude, honestly,
have a guard the plate when there's knives that I do not know if it might or may not be sticking up underneath that plate. It's your job to separate them before you throw them at me. That's a law that should be fucking obeyed. So I am picky about it because I think I know the logical sense of things, and I'm not going to do something that does. I will not. If you tell me to do something, and I say why, I'm not questioning your authority. I want to know the reason, because I can't perform a task unless I know the reason it needs to be performed. That doesn't make fucking sense. Because I said so. That's not an actual reason. You cannot say that. And like when they think I'm stupid for saying this, I think you're fucking retarded. And some people say like, "Oh, you didn't understand me." No, you have a lack of communication. How come? Let's question your ability to articulate and describe something, not my ability to comprehend it. And people do that. People in power always do that. Stupid people in power. People in power can get away with being dumb because they'd be like, "Well, because I said." It's like. Then people that are smarter than them below them aren't allowed to be like, dude, I probably have a higher IQ, and they're just like, that's fucking retarded. Like, why the fuck are you making decisions for anybody, you psychopath? So yes, I do not respect authority for a good reason. I respect people for what they do. If somebody's smarter than me, I respect their intelligence. I go, oh shit, you're fucking right. I'm following this guy. Yes, chef. I will submit to authority if it makes sense to me. I will follow somebody. I will be like, you're the leader now. Like the other day, someone was like, you know what, you're the best. You're the new front of house manager. It's like, oh no, I fuck what the boss said. You're the new front of house manager. Tell everyone else what to do now. Like I told this girl that because I'm like, she's the best. Like I want to go up to the boss. I want to go up to the boss. I'm like, listen, you're a fucking idiot. She's the best worker you have here. Why did you fucking give her less days? You're a dumbass. Like I want to like if I was I want to be the fascist kind of because I'm like, okay, everything's dumb here. This is ridiculous. You know, but then when there's laws that I think shouldn't apply, I don't follow them.
How do you feel about this quote?
I'm going based on my own ideas all the time.
Everyone is conservative about what they know best.
Give me a second. Everyone is conservative. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, like if you know cooking, if you know how.
Yeah, but the problem is some people are conservative. A lot of people are conservative about what they don't know shit, fuck, dick, squat about.
No, you're right. But despite that, like, no matter whether you're entirely liberal, what you know best about,
like, most conservatives believe in a guy rose from the dead.
But I'm not talking about conservatives. I'm talking about anyone who's interested in anything or knowledgeable about anything. Whatever you're the most knowledgeable about, you are conservative about that. Whether it's bikes, whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whether it's food, whether it's...
Oh yeah, because like I'm not a fucking sailor. Yeah, fuck your boat. And the sailor's like, it is a fucking ship.
It is
a ship carries a boat. A boat cannot carry a ship. I'm like, it's a bigger boat.
Or they'll tell you this is an S-150 scooter replica model of 1986. Like
no. But even something I like and I'm into, I will still put it into layman's because I think nothing should be more complicated than it is, and people use words to make things. I think like our language is almost like class warfare a lot of the time. Like I know more. This is like like go mince the garlic. You mean like cut it really small? Like that's like you use like
you know what? To that I say fuck you. I disagree. I think niche interests should be gate kept. I think it's beautiful that way. I like it. I like the fact.
I turn on to this thing where I stop gatekeeping things I like and I just say what the fuck it is in like the lamest fucking way because it really is. I'm like, all you're really doing is like, and I put it into like the dumbest terms. So I'm trying to think of a fucking of a situation where I've done this like recently. I don't know, like with food. It's like, yeah, I know how to fucking set things on fire to where it doesn't poison you. Like it's like that's really what it is. I like describe like, oh, I'm sautéing this and I'll like this is really what it is.
No, so
but it's because it's good because if somebody thinks something's complicated, no, it's not. And I've thought in my life there's things I haven't learned for many years until adulthood because I thought it was more complicated. My ADD didn't let me even get into it. To when I actually found out the basics of it and why it needed to be done, I'm like, wait, that's how this works? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, the whole time it was fucking easy.
No, but just because Brendan, just because you figured it out doesn't mean it's not complicated.
No, because people use complicated way. I had to figure most things out my own way.
No,
because people try to make it sound more complicated.
No, that's not true. What happened was you just had to learn a new language. Like not literally like a new language like Chinese. I'm saying like when you got into a new thing, you literally do. That's it's like learning a new language. Not lingo. It's actual technical terms. Now here's where I do agree with you. Like that outlook of where you just like dissect it or smash it with a sledgehammer and put it in layman's terms. I think you should do that to philosophy. You should do that to politics. and you should do that to religion. Like you should do that to the heady things. Like you should, but when it comes to technical things,
Well, if you
like
do to religion, you're every day. You're. If I wake up, I'm really talking to an imaginary thing that may or may not be there.
exactly, yeah.
You're automatically, if you go based on that and putting things in layman terms, you would speak in a very agnostic way.
But that's what you should do it on, and philosophy too, not just religion, but also philosophy.
One
And
second,
also-
I gotta grab a ciggy.
Yeah, give me one too.
Oh yeah, mommy cigarettes, fresh from the freezer.
Fresh from the mommy. So basically, Brendan's mom is like one of these like Colombian teenagers who sit there and roll cigarettes for the Chinese people to take them back to China to package them in Chinese packages just to ship them back to this side of the world and then sell them as Chinese cigarettes. Meanwhile, they were just packaged in China, not actually made in China.
And so we can spread gay communism.
I mean, first of all, I like those Chinese cigarettes. Just like I like the Chinese beer when I go to Wohop. I'm like, let me get the Tsingtao, and then I go to one of the pharmacies and let me get one of those like red packs of like gold trimmed cigarettes, the Chinese cigarettes. Yeah, these fucking Chinese cigarettes are great. I love them. Have a Chinese cigarette with a Tsingtao with a Tsingtao beer, you know.
Tsingtao. I need an Uru. Everyone, if you can say, actually through this, if anyone can buy me an Uru, I just looked it up. It's like $150 if you get one. I want an Uru. It's just like Chinese violin. I was playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, that's what I've been doing at this time. The past 2 months or so, I've just been nonstop playing Zelda. I bought Tears of the Kingdom when it got cold, and I'm just bundling in, smoking wax, and playing this, and it was the best game experience I've ever had in my entire life. It's the best game. I recommend it very highly. And then after that, I'm like, this can't be it. Like, I can't restart from the beginning. I'm like, wait, there's a prequel though.
Yeah, you know what's fucked
then
up?
I played Breath of the Wild, and it was amazing. And now I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom again. It's the best game ever. The best.
Yo, you
music.
know what's
It's
fucked
the
up?
best.
Remember,
It's like playing a Studio Ghibli adventure.
you know what's fucked up? Like, no matter how competent you are with following instructions, like no matter what.
I can't follow it if it doesn't make sense.
No,
to me.
I'm just saying. No matter like when it comes to putting something together, like a bookshelf, right, or a bicycle, like no matter how good you are and knowing that process of putting something together, like to make an instrument will always be hard.
How can somebody like me thrive,
Brendan,
with my type of thinking?
Brendan, listen to me. Do you understand what I just said?
No, I wasn't. I'm ADD kicked in. Sorry.
Okay, so like you could, no matter how good you are at following instructions to put something together, building and crafting an instrument will always be hard. Like making a guitar, making an Urdu or whatever you call it, or making error, or making a fucking
Eru. ERHU. It's a Chinese fucking string instrument. It goes.
I'm just saying, like, no matter what instrument you're making, is always going to be hard. Like, instruments are hard to make. They have to be beyond exact. They have to be exact and articulate.
Everybody, I'm diabetic with retinopathy, and it's getting worse. And last night, 2 nights ago, it burst here in a big red dot, almost like if you stared into the sun into the left eye. And now it's just,
Speak into the mic.
and now it's just like if you ever had your phone cracked, it looks like that.
Brendan's talking about how he's going
But the
blind.
phone is my eye. The phone screen's my eye, and it's like this big squiggly black in the center right now, like off to the side to the left, and it's blurry around it, so I can't really see like out of like at least like maybe like half-ish of this left eye, and then I got black spots covering parts of this eye, so it's like looking out of a cracked phone screen, and it might be permanent, some of it, you know.
You know, people get the,
And it's just gonna keep progressing sometimes.
you know,
maybe.
people get that. People got that exact.
I have to get laser surgery again.
People got that exact eye issue when during the Great Depression, when people had like vitamin deficiency and they would see like cracks in their vision and start going like slowly blind over time.
Wow.
You know, this is why Wonder Bread put like vitamins in their bread, because people were going like blind from just eating Wonder Bread, which is like bleached carbs. Food for thought.
Oh.
But it does make sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a diabetic thing though. It just happened. Even if, like they say, even if you control it after a certain amount of years, and I've had it since I was 14. I'm 35.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just starts happening. I could, you know, whatever. I'm not trying not to worry about it.
What would you do? How
I've
would
had a
you,
couple of them commentate a little bit.
how would you
so-
feel? How would you feel if the only cure was to never come again?
Yeah, I'd keep my eyes.
Yeah, you'd stop coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, yo! You gotta harvest your jing. You gotta cultivate your jing, as a Taoist could say. 1 drop of semen equals 10 drops of blood. So every time you come, you're like bleeding out that much worth of nutrients from your body.
Oh, shit.
Well, at least I'm not an expert on Taoism. I never followed Taoism, but I did read that like their jing, they see it as like 1 drop of semen equal 10 drop blood. So every time you come hundreds of drops of blood. You know, like that's a lot of nutrients. Though.
Why do they have to sound like that?
I don't know. I wanted to add the voice for dramatic effect.
It's a big, long, white beard. Oh, whenever I see that beard, I'm like, I want to touch a beard like that. Like a long, silky, white beard. Like, I want that when I'm older. I just want a silky, but I'm not going to have that same white beard. Probably going to be a fluffy, Santa beard. Some white. But I fucking... I love that, like, stereotypical, like...
Just buy the
chill, almost like sociopathic master just sits on the hill and he trains you, but he's like a complete cunt about it. And
I think that's gonna be
the shit out of you, like the one from Kill Bill that whipped out her eye.
That's gonna be me, dog. I'm gonna be that fucking sword master.
You're just like, and just like. She's trying to eat the rice and her hands like, and she chops the chops. She tries to grab it with her hands. And he's like. And she makes her use a chopstick.
You want to eat like a dog? You can eat it off the floor, you stupid fucking bitch.
Yes, that's what he pretty much said. But he's so like, just random, like be mad, peaceful, and then have just a random burst of psychopathic, explosive anger. Like,
First of all, shut the fuck up.
No, that's like a way of controlling a situation. It's like it's almost like how it's almost like Samuel Jackson, that perfect scene in fucking
Star Wars.
No, Samuel Jackson in fucking Pulp Fiction.
Say what again, motherfucker?
Yeah, like he's like really calm and cool. Then out of nowhere, it's like mother, like really like flip a switch, and it's like that was Blackbeard singing. When I play one of my favorite scenes in playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag is Blackbeard. He's like oh, you know, all these stories about you, and Blackbeard's like, you know, why fly a black flag when you have a black beard? He's like, and he talks about how he controls the situation. He's like, you got to make them think, you know, that you're really calm, but you can just snap at any moment. That like you're like a psychopath, that you're unpredictable, and that's how you control the situation.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, you're just like yes, and just sipping tea and out of nowhere, like and just like shoot someone in the fucking head, and just like go back to like, oh yes, like, you know, just back to like calm and peaceful, like at a flip of a switch. And just it keeps people like from like completely panicking, but it also keeps them docile, but also keeps them afraid enough to not do something. You know
what it is? There's certain people who live in a like let's say time is a straight line, and everyone is a dot in that straight line, right? And your own dot, right? What you could see is the size of that dot. Now, if you could see more, if like at any given time. Like as a dot, you could only see very small into the future. And some people are hyper focused into one specific point in the future, or some people are hyper focused on one specific point in the past. Now, if you're a dot, that's all you can be. You can only move like as a dot. But if you expand yourself, you could see more into the future. And those are the people who like live every day, like as if they could see like not like I can't tell your future in 5 seconds, but I could tell my future in 5 seconds because I control my actions more than anyone else. And if you could do that, people like that are the ones who could act spontaneously but in a conscious way. It's like I could be talking to you right now. It's like, all right, in 2 seconds I'm going to shoot that guy in the head, and then in the next 4 seconds I'm going to put the gun down calmly and go back to myself.
Yeah,
it's basically,
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
When I'm working, especially at a labor job, I get bored and I start to like talk with my coworkers. Some people find it annoying, some people find it funny, but I fuck around. I get silly.
Yeah.
And if I'm in a place for fucking 12 hours, I'm gonna get fucking silly and a little bit loopy. So I start fucking with people and doing weird things and acting like a psychopath, like, and start making people think I make every coworker think, because they, you know, like, okay, I want this 18-year-old kid, I want him to think like I'm like a psychopath, like felon, and I get them to believe I am. And so like, and then the next person's a completely different interaction. I'm just doing weird fucking things with people. It's just like shock value things for myself.
You know where I practice this stuff? Like it's usually when I'm teaching like a sword
I
class.
realize I do fuck with people a lot.
When I teach a
In
sword
public.
when I teach a sword class, it's usually very serious because it's like we're swinging swords first of all, and that's already dangerous. So it's like I'm trying to teach, like, transmit good techniques, proper form, and teach them all the moves, and for them to succeed in what they want to succeed in. But like if you I learned this teaching. It's like if you stay serious teaching all the time, it's going to put them on edge. So when you get to the peak of seriousness, it's like, do it again. And they'll fuck it up, and it's like, what the fuck did I tell? I wouldn't say I wouldn't curse, but I'll be like, what did I just tell you? Like you're keep repeating the mistake that I told you not to do. So do it again. And just when they're about to like reach their breaking point, I'm like, I just crack a joke. And then it just deflates it, and then they're like, "All right, you ready to try it again?" And they try it, and they get it. It's like, because it's like I see the flow of energy, and I'm like, especially when I'm teaching, I'm like, do it again. I see them getting frustrated and they're getting angry, but they're getting stronger about it. They're getting more confident in their emotions. And then right when they're about to like blow up, I'm like, all right, shake it off. And then I say a joke, and then it's like, yeah, it's funny. It's like, yeah, it's like putting on a condom, it's like whatever. And then I'm like, all right, you ready to start again? And then they do it, and they get it first try, and they're like, whoa, how did I do that? I'm like, see, all you had to do is just do as I say.
Like the pressure you've been building up.
Yeah. And this is, and like I think it's cool, because like when it's for work, it's like, ugh, it's like just to fucking make money. But for teaching martial arts, it's like, no, it's a real thing. It's like something we love. It's like you're here for a reason. You want to discuss. You want to learn something you don't know. So it's like I could make that process easier for them, but I have to work with their emotions, because that's a third of it. There's your mind, there's your physical body aspect, and then there's your emotional aspect, your soul, your heart.
I feel the best is when I'm like kind of in a prankster mood, when I'm kind of like almost like a fairy, or like something like I like fucking with people and doing silly things. And I feel like when I'm in my best mood, I'm like that. When I'm the healthiest minded and not frustrated, not angry or sad, I'm like that. I'm more like silly and like spontaneous and like kind of got a case of a little fuck around sometimes.
I think for me, it depends on who you're dealing with.
When somebody upsets me, I shut down.
There's two types of people. There's push people and there's pull people. Like when you're the leader, let's say you're heading your own kitchen, right? And you have a bunch of little underlings under you. Now there's going to be two types of people. There's going to be the push people and the pull people. The push people, like when you try to be nice to them, when you try to encourage them, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever. All right. Yeah, whatever you say, sir. But then you tell them, it's like, I mean, you can't even cut this straight. Like, come on, I thought you were at least smart enough to do that. Like, dude, like you graduated from where? Like you studied where? Like, this doesn't look like that. Those are the people that will react. And then there's the other people where you try to push them and they'll just shut down. But if you
shut down.
But if you encourage them, then they'll perform. They'll be like, oh shit, at least he sees what I'm good at. It's like, and then you got to pull them the right way. Say, hey, I notice you're doing this wrong, but you're still really good at organizing your tools and you're good at keeping everything like steady. So you just apply that. And
it feels like you're not telling them they suck.
No,
you're telling them that they're better than that.
Yeah. But some people are the opposite. Some people are like, they know they're good.
I'll prove them wrong.
Yeah, they know they're good, but then once you question that in a real way, they're like, fuck you.
I don't go, I'm gonna prove them wrong. Like, you know what? Then fuck you, I'll burn this place to the fucking ground. You don't like it, No. Like, I become resentful and angry and bitter.
It's really all about.
I'm like, oh, I'm not fucking doing enough. Oh, like.
No, but it's not about. But it's not.
You want me to get
no,
down
no. But Brendan,
dick?
this ain't about you though. I'm saying like you're the leader. Like.
No, I'm just giving you. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm just saying if you're the leader, it's not about you anymore. It's about them. This is how you could see it this way. How there's push people and pull people. Once you make it about you, you become blind to this. So once you like forget yourself in whether it's martial arts, a kitchen, a sports team, whatever. If you're about yourself, you'll never notice your team. But once you forget the self, then you can see right through your team like they're invisible. Like they're transparent. You could see their insides, and that's what a good leader does. A good leader kills themselves. They're like, I don't exist right now. Right now, I'm just the dungeon master, pretty much.
Also, I guess I got into the I started hearing the in different songs in Tears of the Kingdom, and then I started looking up that, and then I got into I looked up like history of like China, and I was like, this is the oldest fucking civilization, and like how did they grow and become what they are? And it's like we really just fucked them too. European just fucked them up. They didn't want to have anything to do with imperialism. They had everything they needed. They didn't need to trade. They were like, well, we want some of that fucking tea more. We want more of that tea. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. China was like, we don't fucking want it. We're fine. Leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. For so many fucking years, they were doing fucking great. And then finally, England. What happened was England fucking pretty much eventually was like started sucking they ran out of silver to trade to them, and then they started trading them opium, and everyone got hooked on opium. So the emperor was like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not having a bunch of fucking drug addicts. You're ruining our country. You're not allowed to fucking sell opium to us anymore. And England got pissed at that. So instead of they're not allowed to trade with us anymore. We don't need your shit. You don't fucking need, and we have everything we need here. We have all the resources.
Yo, Brendan, let me ask you something.
And then they fucking blockaded them. They made them sign. They did a fucking thing where they made it that they can give them fucking opium again. Got them all fucking addicted. Eventually, they owed money. They got into a war with Japan. They owed money here. They put them in debt. They had to use that. And they built a fucking bank in China. And then they fucking, now they're fucking what they are now. They had it good. They had it fucking good before that. They were doing fine. Their civilization was better without the rest of the world.
Yo, if I gave you $10,000 right now, what would you do with it?
I don't know.
Really? You don't even have a plan for $10,000? The fuck?
I probably wouldn't go to work.
Are you serious? That's retarded. You should keep going to work. $10,000 isn't a lot of money. Yeah, what's the most amount you've ever had at one time?
Not 10 grand.
I think the most I've ever had was like $78,000.
I'd probably right at this very instant, like from this very moment, like get up and what would I walk in and do first? What time is it? What? I don't know. Probably get a real good rub and tug. Best one on the island. I don't really have much time right now before I want to go to sleep, so that's probably what I'd go eat somewhere and go to the really nice rub and tug probably.
What's the nicest rub and tug you know in Staten Island?
I don't know, but I've known of a couple. You can just go to rubmaps.com.
That's the site?
It just shows you all the local
Do you have to pay for
Asian massage parlor. No, it just like shows like this is a massage parlor, and they don't use any words that would be incriminating. They're like, yeah, girls here are really good. No.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Of course. These places probably always existed and will always exist.
Wait, so what? Like someone in Staten Island just made a website where they could just like list all the fucking...
No, this is just anywhere.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the
like what's your zip code?
Are you talking about like the classifieds website? Okay, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're... Yeah, it is. There is a site like there's. I think there's
They're just typing your zip probably anywhere in America.
Yeah,
it's probably typing your zip code. Okay, these are the ones around that are closest to you that are. It's like Asian massage parlors.
It's like the Craigslist of Chinese sex houses.
Yeah, but I was talking to somebody in AA. They knew they're like, yeah, I was going to this one that like you just like pick is like Puerto Ricans, is this and that. And he was like, I don't like Asians. He's like, I don't understand that.
What is he into then? Like, what kind of?
He likes big ass Latinos and shit like that. So he goes for that. I'm like, oh, there's choices there. Where are they finding these fucking? Because like I'm pretty sure I know where they're getting the girl. Oh god, this is so bad. Where they get, where they're coming from at least. Where they're getting them. Like some of them are older and like
illegal immigrants and shit.
Some of them are older. And it's like they know what they like what they're doing. They're not. I don't think they're subjected to it.
We'll put it this way: if you were like, wait, I could go to America if I just like jerk off a few dicks, like.
Yeah, just make some money. Like I don't think they're. Like I'm busting my ass getting shitty food stuck on my fucking shoes for $50.
Meanwhile, they're getting like.
I'm getting my pretty much fucked in the ass every day. I'm hurting the bottom of my feet are bruised. On Monday, I can't move.
Do you think these girls are getting?
I cannot move. I'm sure these girls can get up and walk around and shop the next day after work. I am like.
Do you think these girls are getting like a lot of money for their time, like for like an hour's
Probably
work?
more than I am.
Yeah.
I live with mommy, and I bust my ass. These girls probably have apartments.
Do they?
I don't know. Sex work is work, man. It's the same shit as working.
How do they charge you? Like
minimum wage jobs are more depraving than any fucking.
Like how do they charge you? Do they just say like this much up front and then?
You never. Oh. Yeah, you just walk down and you buzz they buzz you in, you walk in, it's dark as fuck. There's
Really?
candles and you just walk in,
Candles?
okay, they just walk you into the room, it's like, okay. They go, okay, and they close the door. That's your cue to take your clothes off.
You take your clothes off?
Yeah.
You get like fully naked right there?
Yeah. If you don't, they'll be like, you're done yet? You're not ready? Like they'll give you so I guess, it's very, very insinuating, It's so insinuating, it's like this is what we do.
Wait, do they explain it to you how it works at least? Do they give you like a
If
tutorial?
you're there, you know how it works. Well, you didn't stumble across this place because one day you were looking to get a massage randomly. It's not what they are. That's not for that.
Wait, talk to the mic.
It's for sex.
So you don't think people would accidentally walk into one?
You don't even get a massage at half of them.
You don't think so? You don't think some people?
It's not like a sneaky thing they do at the end. It's what it is.
You don't think some people would accidentally walk in like expecting like a massage?
No.
Really?
And if they did, they would probably. My guess would be they would walk in, they'd go into the room, they would close the door. And then the woman would come in, notice they have their clothes on, and see that the guy's like, "Oh, what do you want me to do?" And they'd be like, "Oh," and the girl would probably start thinking, "Oh, he doesn't know," and maybe back off a little bit, and kind of insinuate. I don't know. It probably doesn't have to happen.
Yeah. Why not? Like, why wouldn't any random person walk into a massage parlor and be like, "Let me get a massage"?
I don't know. But yeah, and then they tell you how much money you pay them up front. Cash. Yeah.
How do you spot these places? I
They
mean,
go like, and they'll be like, okay, you want like some they might be like, you want this or this or fuck, or they'll pull out a condom like you fuck this amount, 150, whatever, and I'll be like, I thought it was 100 or something. I'll be like, no, I suck you 150. I'm like, oh, okay. Or they'll be like, I don't know. They'll ask you if you want them to take their clothes off or not. And,
there's this
usually
quote.
it's just for right away. They'll just be like, it's this much. Here, give me 150.
There's this quote. If it wasn't for
But they'll try to squeeze you.
wait, so they'll like fuck you too, right?
They'll be like, no, you pull out, if they see, you should probably go in and not like carry all the money together with you. Like if you want to pay 150 and you have $200, separate that. Because you pull out 150, they see more money, they looking at you and they go, no, 200. No, I do good. I do really good. And it's like you said 150. It's like, and they're probably still gonna do what they were gonna do. But they think they could squeeze you and like, I really,
This is fascinating. It's like a whole like fucking hustle right here, But you know what's cool? Like they don't have to like worry about stocking shelves. Like they don't have to worry about like maintaining equipment. I mean, besides their body, of course.
and
but
they
it's not
are
like,
making the decision on their own, each of them. Like some of them will just say, I don't do that. Or some of them say, I only give a hand job. They decide how much they want to do for how much they think they can make. Some of them decided, if I fucking put saran wrap over their dicks and suck it, I can get an extra $50 each time. If I say, hey, if they give me 150, I'll do this.
dude, that's pretty good money. How long does it take, you think? Like probably like 5 minutes before the guy busts his load or something. Especially if they're good at it. Like they'll just like, I can make him like 50 bucks.
I don't like that. That's the biggest turnoff for me, and I will just not be able to come. If I feel rushed at all, I just go limp.
Is that what they do? Do they ever rush you?
Too much friction? Yeah, I will tell them, like, yeah, don't. And so like, it's like, dude, you're actually hurting me. That doesn't feel good. Like, let me do that to your fucking clit. Like a fucking like it's God. A fucking lottery ticket. Like that's not. Does that feel good? No. Like think, bitch. Think.
I'm sorry.
Think.
I'm sorry you got your penis abused by rushy prostitutes.
Because I think guys accept a lot more sex-wise. They're just like, that's good enough. Where females be like, that's not working for me, and like stop the act of sex. Where guys are like, I'm getting sex, I don't care. Whatever.
Question.
This is not the best, and won't stop and be like, hey, stop what you're doing. This isn't working. Do it this way, maybe. And I think guys are quiet about it. Where females are like, okay, don't do it like that. Where guys are just let it happen, and girls think they're great. when they go their whole lives and they think they're good at giving blowjobs, where if the guys were just like, yeah, good enough, and just laid back and accepted it, where they're saying, you know what, it's really, when you do that, it's really not that good, and don't say anything to them.
So you bring up a good. First of all, I want to know, like, because you've seen like, I guess, the quote unquote map. Are there a lot of places like this on Staten Island?
Every place, not just Staten Island, Brooklyn, Manhattan, anywhere, any place that's a massage parlor is a rub and tug.
Have you ever been to like other places like outside the borough?
No, but I know of them. I've heard of them from other people.
Oh well, okay. So what I want to know is this: like, these places, from what it sounds like, they're functionally whorehouses.
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to know is, do you think there's like the reverse gender version, like houses full of like male masseuses? That
No, not really.
No,
I don't think so. No.
Wow.
We could probably, if it was so, we could probably Google it right now and easily get access to it.
But you don't think it exists?
We could probably just Google it, and if it doesn't pop up easily, if we don't find it, like, you can just type in, erotic Asian massage, and you're gonna get it.
Are you
immediately
serious?
right now?
Wait,
If you wanted, if you were to smoke the shit and say,
wait.
wherever you
Does it
are,
have to be Asian?
most of them are. It just seems to be a.
Why are they all Asian?
Because concubines was always a big thing in Asian cultures in China and stuff
How
like
do you
that.
know this?
I like history. So it's culturally, they did prostitution a lot,
Well,
very
Mongolians,
very openly. But in the West, we did prostitution, but it was seen as a dirty, sinful thing.
Well,
where
yeah.
it was like, oh yeah, I'm just having sex with my 15 concubines, all these fucking random 15-year-olds. Like, it's a Chinese fucking normal thing until like not that long ago, So like it's, I guess they just, I don't know, they come here and they do that. I don't know. But there's also, my friend, there's also different that you can choose. And I dated a girl that worked at a rub and tug just before. She's like, she looks whitish, but she's like Mexican, but like she worked at one just as an American chick, just because she just wasn't just like,
it was easy money.
Sex. Yeah, it was just easy money. She was like, and she told me, it's like, yeah, but see, these guys are just disgusting, have really small dicks, and they just come in like 3 seconds.
So do they get excited when they see like a non-ugly guy who's just normal, like not like?
I'm really not being like trying to be like about it, but like, yeah, like I go in and they seem like they're like, I don't know if it's a part of the deal, but they're not. They seem like kind of like, oh, cool, all right. Like it's like, oh, no, really.
I mean, what are they expecting?
Someone who probably can't get laid at all.
You're right.
Like they probably look at me. It's like, you could, like,
what
you can't find a girlfriend.
Like, yeah, like what are you doing here, buddy?
Like you're not old yet. You're not like just.
Meanwhile, you're just like, I'm just lazy, man. Like, I'm just
yeah, really, that's what it is. It's actual fucking laziness. Like this is, look, I don't owe you anything because I paid my debt before you started this. I don't have to reciprocate anything. This is a deal being done. This is very simple.
Oh my god, a handsome tall guy discovers prostitutes. They're just like, what are you doing here, man? Like,
I don't do this all the time. I've done it a couple of times.
It's just funny how like prostitutes would be like, could look at a customer and be like, this is weird.
Just like you would go somewhere to get your hair cut. It's the same thing. It's the same, It's you're paying a human to do you're paying someone for a massage. You're paying someone for Reiki. People pay for fucking Reiki energy healing. Okay, like you pay for fucking tarot card readings. This is how the world works. You barter something for something. We live in capitalism, so money, service. Sex is not anything different than any other labor service. I feel like I'm busting my ass way more than anyone doing a sexual service.
That's good. That sounds pretty sex worker positive. I mean, because
it's always been around in history too.
Yeah,
we made it this sinful thing. It's really just Catholicism fucking taking over the world still.
Yeah, you're right.
It's why are we abiding by their fucking religion? And you know what? China didn't have a fucking religion. They had Confucianism. That's not a religion. They were like, we don't need God. We can. This guy pretty much, he makes sense. This is wrong. This is right. they didn't. So they don't think sin. That the whole mentality is different. So concubines wasn't this crazy fucking thing, or having paying for prostitutes.
They were just like, it makes sense.
You know, but when the Europeans were doing it, it's like, you whore, you wretched, slutty hag. But they existed, but it was like, you're going to hell, you dirty slut, but here's $50, suck my dick. You know? It was still happening, but we're like, yeah, you fucking dirty fucking hag. You know? Jesus is fucking spitting on you.
I can't.
But it's just it's a natural part of humanity. Monkeys do it.
It's I'll give you coconuts for it.
Yeah, it's like if the female, like they did tests where they gave them money and they figured out, like they did a whole experiment they had to shut down because they would give them a certain amount of money and they would use it and they'd get a treat each time. They discovered how they can distribute it amongst each other and do things and steal. But then they saw that females pretty much took over the whole society because the females discovered they could get these tickets and things from them.
For sex.
For sex. Yeah. And just like the females were just walking around with shit tons of these tokens getting whatever the fuck they wanted.
And strategically they got a lot of babies. So that means they were able to basically gain an army amongst themselves.
Yeah, it's just how the world fucking seems to work. It makes sense. So I don't feel like it's any more deprecating than going to get a haircut or people shining people's shoes, you know? I feel it's more
you're supporting local businesses?
Yeah, I'm supporting
yeah.
I'm not disrespecting anybody.
Do you think that these girls actually get a life after this? Like, do you think that eventually, like, these girls like make enough money to be like?
These girls look like they make a lot more money than me because
oh shit!
For one, they're doing sex work,
shit.
And these aren't like they look great. They have amazing skin, makeup, hair, fucking. When I get out of work, I look like a bum.
Do they smell good?
When they get out of work, they look like a model.
Do they smell good?
Yes. Amazing. They are so fucking clean and smelly, and their skin is perfect. Their facial is perfect. Their hair is done perfectly.
Honestly, this sounds like
so. There's money.
This sounds like professional hookerism, like professional hooker. Like when they invest in their hair and stuff, it's like an electrician buying tools. Like
yeah, that's
like
your job. And this is just hurting my.
I'm sorry, but yeah, they just seem like they're like, yeah, I gotta just do what I can for the fat old white guys.
But I told you about Lisa. The whole.
Wait, so are these places like crowded? Like when you go there, do you have to like?
You don't see a soul.
Wait,
I only went twice, but I never saw.
What do you mean?
Person.
Like, don't you see like a bunch of girls at least like walking around?
Just one. I've only saw one in each one.
So only one girl works at every house.
It's like set up the way you just walk in. It's dark. You just walk in. One girl greets you at the door, brings you to your room. Comes back.
Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like one person? You don't see anyone else there?
Not the ones I went. No, it's just one person.
I mean, I would at least think there's like a waiting room where guys like hang out and talk about shit. And
no, you walk in. It's very small. You walk in. She's like, "Okay, come." Walks you into a room with like a bed thing. She's like, "Okay, I'll be back." You take off your clothes, come in, and she does her thing with you.
Wait, so how do you?
And then she can. You pay. You finish. She washes you up. She leaves the room. You put your clothes back on. She comes back in. She escorts you out the back. Through the hall down the back.
So how do you pick the girl then? Like,
I've never picked a girl, and like maybe there isn't, but I've never. I feel like I don't want. I feel like I want to get them and be like, not you. Like, it feels like that feels wrong to me. See?
Wait, you never did that? You never like asked for a different girl?
Because it feels like I'm telling them they're ugly.
That's true.
I can't. I don't know how to, like, I feel like that's wrong.
Well,
more disrespectful than paying for sex to me. See, I'm chaotic good. It's like more disrespectful than to pay somebody for sex than to like say something that might hurt their feelings.
Wait, did you ever want to switch out?
Yeah, I'm like, I might want something else. Like maybe like a bit older. Maybe she's a bit older than I wanted or something like that. Or like not looking the way I saw in like I don't know. Like I thought there'd be options, and like I don't want to like tell somebody something, but I just did it.
Interesting.
Like I've gotten a prostitute once, and I'm like I'm not really into this person, but like
You already called her.
Fucking here.
No, it's literally the same as like calling a girl over and like you realize like I don't want to do this, but then you already called her over.
Like same with like the barber. If you fucked my hair up, I'm gonna be like, dude, you suck. Like I'm just gonna be like, thanks, man. Like and to be like, it'll grow back, because I just don't want to like be rude. Like almost like Buddha ate poisonous food that he knew was poisonous, knowing he was gonna die because they didn't want to be rude and hurt the guy's feelings.
Holy shit! You know what you were. All right, this leads us to our next topic. Like, there's different kinds. There's two kinds of people when they go to a restaurant. There's a kind of people that like.
I don't want to hurt their feelings. Yeah.
Like they order something, they don't get.
That's
what they
probably
want.
why I got robbed at Metro PCS though. I'm too nice, and this guy was not. So he sees me, and I'm like, "Oh man, I trust you. Yeah. I'm not arguing with him." And then he tricks me into, paying the
Honestly, you know how I avoid that shit? It's like every time I do my research. Like when I walk into a store or when I walk into like a
I was in desperation.
it's like it's like every time I walk into it, like I know more than you. It's like I actually know more about what I need right now. I just need you to give me the fucking
Yeah,
thing
no, I
can
gave
eat.
him reins. I said like I'm powerless. Here you go, sir. That should be the one who knows this. And he was like, haha. You got me. You got me.
For me, it's like I do my research. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do my so when I walk in there, like they're not gonna fuck me. Sometimes I'll fuck with them. I'll be like, hey, what about this option? Knowing that it's the worst option, and see how hard they'll try to sell it, and see if they'll be, oh no, it's not a good option. Then I could trust them. But if they're like, oh yeah,
I would definitely do that if I knew. Yeah. I might have done that once or twice before. Like, I don't know, and like get them to see and test them.
Yeah.
I really do. I play like a fake role to test. Like I play dumb. I realize I do, especially at work. I want everyone to think I'm way dumber than I am. I want everyone to think I'm just like stupid Brendan, because that when I feel like flipping a switch and doing something and getting ways, I do. And I play dumb, and and I realize that only weak-minded people actually believe that act. People that are smarter, that I actually would respect, are the ones who are like, know that I'm like, stop acting like that. They know I'm not really not like that.
Do you think
dumb people will believe it,
and
a lot of dumb people are in positions of authority, so I could kind of play that role and let them feel more powerful than me or whatever I think. So, oh yeah, sure, I don't know. So that it gives me a little bit of leeway, I guess.
Do you think we could open up our own massage parlor?
Anyone probably could, yeah.
You don't think like? I'm trying to think of the. You don't think anyone
It's
would
decriminalized in New York.
So anyone could.
They
do
can
it?
shut it down, but they can't. I don't think you can get in a lot of trouble.
You think we can make a lot of money?
And these places just close and then reopen a month later.
So here's the deal: I'll get the girls. You handle the logistics. And then we just run our own little whorehouse. And we'll give them variety. We'll be
It's
like,
probably be the same thing as running a tattoo parlor. They keep 20%.
We got Asian
they pay
girls, we
this.
got black girls, we got Latino girls, we got white girls, we got cat girls, we got hog girls.
Really, prostitution should just be a thing that's just legal, and because it's just do it.
Well, it's also you can't really stop it, can you?
You just same thing with any kind of prohibition. You just made it dangerous. Like alcohol prohibition. Now you have people bootlegging and making shit that may or may not turn you blind.
Also, you can't stop a rich guy from going up to any girl he wants to be like, I'll give you $1,000 if you have sex with me right now.
No, because there's different types of people. A lot of people aren't okay with doing what I'm doing. I'm okay with it. A lot of people aren't okay with doing sex work. Some people are. It's a matter of preference. So yeah, there's a lot of girls that I want to fuck her. She will not take $1,000 for you. Mm-hmm. So that's why.
What if you offer
her places where
what if you offer her $10,000?
That's the beauty of going into a sex workplace. You know that every single girl there wants you to give them money for sex. But if you walk up to a stranger, you don't know if this is a person that wants you to ask this. That's why it's great. There should be a place where there's like, these are the ones that want to have sex for money.
All right.
This is where you go. Don't bother any other girl on the street that that you see that you want to fuck, because if they wanted to fuck you, they would go and work at one of these places where they take the money from you and then let you fuck them. But if you want to do it, we have specific places for that. they're called sex houses now, and it's you go there, and these girls are there because they chose to work at a place where they fuck you for money.
So
that works
tell me,
out.
So tell me more about the pricing. Like, what's the pricing like?
Shouldn't be that crazy.
Is it like different, like from place to place? Like, do they like charge like?
Yeah, but just like anywhere, like there's different pricing at different restaurants, but there's also like, there's also like, like that would be ridiculous.
Oh, like competitive pricing.
Well, it's not competitive. It's just how, everything's based on wages, how much money people have,
Oh, like a standard?
There's a standard for every pricing and anything,
All right, so what's the standard rate for like a?
I guess,
like a rub and tug.
Like $150 for like a.
150?
Yeah.
What do they do? Like they just jerk you off for $150? That's a lot of money.
No, they give you like a kind of massage. They do it erotically.
A massage?
Yeah, they don't.
Is it a good massage though?
No, it feels like you didn't go to like a. You're not like you don't have a certificate.
Oh.
Like
I mean, imagine if you had like some,
it's like if
imagine if you had Reiki healers who jerk you off and like suck your dick and shit.
Some of them are like better than I guess. Some of them I don't know, but no, they just like they'll like be erotic about it.
Honestly,
like,
that would be.
They'll delve closer to your pelvic area as they go, and then supposed to go. They'll graze your nuts or your shit as they go by.
All right,
maybe
you know what I was going to say. Imagine
turn you over and then do the thing. They build up to it. They don't just go like.
Wait, turn you over?
Like then because you're on your back and then you get turned over and then
they flip you.
And I guess everyone's different. Everyone does, some might offer a blowjob, some might offer to fuck you. Lisa tried to offer me to fuck me for free after I declined to do it for money. She's like, no, I just want to fuck you. And I'm like, I can't get hard enough to fuck Lisa. Lisa wanted to fuck though. Lisa was DTF.
Maybe she was desperate. Maybe
Lisa would have fucked me if she met me on the street.
Maybe her pimp was like, yo, if you don't get money from this fool, I will kill you. And she was like, oh no, please give me some money for some.
No, Lisa wanted to fuck. She was younger. She was like 20s, and she was definitely having these real older dudes come in. She saw me. She's like, this isn't bad.
All right, so.
This is something I wouldn't decline completely.
So while I get ice, I want you to tell me the worst rub and tug experience.
I had 2 times I went.
How do you know so much about this?
Because I had stories from other people that went.
Wait,
like the first story I ever heard.
Wait, is this a popular thing?
Yeah, when we drive anywhere, we pass at least like 5 of these places.
In Staten Island?
Yeah, like on the way to go to my house, we'll pass a few.
Really?
Everywhere. Have you not? See, it's like hidden in plain sight. It's amazing how these work. It's like the TARDIS. You know how the TARDIS hides itself? Well, the TARDIS. No, the why. Here's the story, and here's why. This is the story of the TARDIS. Is also how these Asian TARDIS followers just exist without anybody noticing them or giving us shit. It's like.
All right, keep saying it. I'm gonna get ice. I'll be right back. I hear you.
No, because you need to hear this.
I'm hearing. Keep talking.
Okay, so the TARDIS used to be able to turn into whatever it wanted to. It used to be able to turn into, so if it landed near a bunch of rocks, it would turn into a rock. If it landed in England next to a phone, it would turn into that phone booth. One day, it got fucked up, and it broke the circuit that made it that it was able to blend in with its environment. So he created something else. So the chameleon circuit was broken. He created something else, a perception filter. A perception filter is that it just looks like whatever, it looks the same. It's stuck as looking like a phone booth. So it might be in the middle of the fucking desert. Now, that's something, if you were walking by, you'd be like, how the fuck is that in the middle of the desert? Let's go check it out, right?
Yeah.
It has a perception filter in it. So it makes it that it's there, you see it, but you just don't think about it much. And it's like these things have a perception filter. Unless you're consciously thinking about getting a hand job or a blow job, it's like they don't exist.
That's interesting.
Just like, yeah, you just don't see them. You don't notice them. They're unimportant. Just like your brain filters it out consciously.
So wait, you're saying?
But they're everywhere.
you're saying these places are as common as
It's like they exist in another conscious dimension, and unless you tune into it, you don't notice them or see them.
like a radio frequency.
Yes, it's a frequency for rub and tugs.
See,
And I don't see them unless I tune into that frequency. Actually, until today, I hadn't really actually no. A couple of days ago, I was talking about a rub and tug, just for shock value. But hey, I've told you about Jiggy Fly. Well, it was the first story.
was he into rub and
It was
tugs?
the first story I heard about. Because in Port Richmond, he'd be like, "I'm going up." I thought he was joking, you know. Hey, Milky Kid, I'm going up to the rub and tug. It was the first time I heard the term. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, they say fuck you. I'm like, hey, he's
They
joking.
fuck you?
He's joking, right?
That's what he's saying. They fuck you?
Yeah, he's like, oh, and he'd go up to this place every once in a while, and he told me a story about how he was in there and he was having trouble coming this time, and the girl was going. He's like, and then he said, oh, you know, maybe if I give you a little extra, can I fuck you? And she was like, no fuck, you come now. Like that's how he said it. He's like, no fuck. He's like, she just yelled. He was like, no fuck. Well, I guess it was one of them that wasn't into that, you know. And then he said she brought in another girl to just take her pants off and bend over and so he could look at her ass while she jerked him off, and then he finished, and then afterwards they clapped and went, yay. Yeah, you come. Happy ending. But that's a story. That's the first I heard of this. I'm like, that sounds fucking crazy to me. It sounds like a weird experience.
But then?
I don't know. Well, we're not. When I thought about it, you know, been around. I've got older. I'm more mature.
Well, also you've been through it too. So
What?
you've also been through it, so it's not like a foreign thing.
Yeah, it's not a weird thing. It's really not when you think about it. I paid for sex before for a prostitute, but it was a weird situation. It was weird. It was told another story. I was on antidepressants at the time, so it didn't even work out very well for me.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe sex work is officially dead. Maybe hookers are officially dead.
No, it's just illegally and shittily done. It could be done better.
How would you do it?
Safer.
How would you run a whorehouse? Like a legal
It would
whorehouse?
just be like a tattoo parlor. You walk in, yeah, I want this. Okay, go into this room. Which one? Oh, okay, Sabrina, you want to take this one? Okay, I'll take you. Yeah, come into the back.
Like a haircut.
All right, honey, sit down. All right, sweetie. Clothes on or off? All right, let me take my gum out. Sorry. And just, go about whatever the fuck, the nonchalant.
And they got lube and stuff
Yeah.
And the fancy ones have a screen where you could put on porn.
All right, I'll give you 150 to cash your card, If you want, here's the fucking iPad afterwards if you want to leave a tip.
You think that'll be a successful? They'll make a lot of money.
That's what it should be.
I'm saying if you were able to open,
Yes, it would make a lot of money.
if you were able to legally do that in Union
tax
Square,
it. Just
if you could do that in Union Square,
is weed making a lot of money since we legalized it? Is it safe as fuck? Yes. You can just walk in and be like, yeah, cash your card. Yeah, I'll take the Mariwari. Can I get one of those wax pens too? Yeah, they're on sale right now. Sure. Same thing. Blowjob for fucking 15% off for Valentine's Day.
It's if you want a French kiss, that'll cost you $300.
Yeah, there's a price for it. We've created this system. At least use it the right way.
Yeah.
I don't like capitalism, but if we're gonna be forced to use it, I got some better ideas. Communism's bad. No. Communism is good and bad.
I mean, how would you?
I have some ideas. that can make communism great. But
How
we
would you
just make
feel?
it shitty.
How would you feel if it was so normalized, where even a wife would fully say it's normal for her husband, if he wanted to go to Union Square to go into a sex shop and be like, all right, hun, what are you looking for?
That's just called polyamory. Really, we are fucking. Our society is dominated by fucking Catholic. We are. It's freedom of religion. Yeah, but everything, all our laws are based on your fucking religion. I don't believe in that shit. I'm not a fucking Catholic. I don't believe in it's wrong. So why can't I pay for sex? Why is that a law? Because most of you are fucking Catholics and you are forcing your religion upon the people. We really don't have much separation between church and state at all. Just when we said all men are created equal, we didn't mean women or Negroes, which is written that equal to 1/5 of a man. So if you killed 5 black people then it was considered murder.
Do you think
It
like
takes 5 to equal a human being.
do you think sex workers are like worthy of like getting married with, loving, and having kids with and shit, and like
Yeah.
having as a wife?
Yeah, people are cool with that.
Would you be
People are
cool? Would you be
polyamorous.
cool with that?
No.
Like, no, not like a working girl, but like who was a working girl.
Oh yeah, totally. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then that means she's good at some things.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? The people are like, oh, pussies loose. That's that. Are you a scientist? Do you know how the body works? A baby comes out of that fucking thing, motherfucker.
Well, also,
You know what your ass can do? Does your ass come loose? Dude, people go to prison. You know what they pull out of those things? Those things are made to fucking stretch, dude. You can't fuck your body up by fucking.
also the girls who
Does your dick become all shriveled for fucking too much? Shut the fuck up.
also the girls who professionally did have sex, like, you know, it's like they did everything. They did big dicks, small dicks, way too big dicks, way too small dicks, no dick at all. You know, like
They might actually suck at sex because they didn't. Maybe they were doing that so much methodically that they didn't have actual passionate emotional sex. So it's just very oh, okay, that's weird. You know, I've been with girls who've done things that I'm just like, this is people pay for this.
Well,
Man, I'm like, oh, this is what you do.
Well, aside from that, it's like at least you know if like after she does all that and then she picks you, like at least you know like she's done it all and she still picked you. You know, so like you have nothing to be insecure about sexually because
Well,
you're
relationship, you're not picking somebody
but
sexually. You're picking somebody.
I'm just saying, like, if you're picked by a girl who did all of it, like she had all the dicks, and then she still chose you, like, and like assuming that she's not a retard, like she makes her own money, she got her shit together, and she doesn't need you, but she still chooses you, like I think that's a pretty significant thing, right? Like a hot high end escort who chooses to be with you exclusive. She's like, hey, babe. I've had everything. I've had rich guys, poor guys, big dicks, little dicks, all the short guys, tall, all the guys, and I choose you. Like that's pretty special, right?
Yeah.
She could have been with the rich guys. She could have been with the poor guys. She could have been with all the guys. You know?
Yeah, she liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of how a relationship should work because it doesn't matter what you have. You sit down to it. You're that person, right? That's something that you can't really kill or take away or lose. You know, if you're rich, you can lose that, and then you're stuck with a person that sucks. But if you had somebody who was rich, who was a cool motherfucker, you still got a cool motherfucker. He just doesn't have that much money anymore. You still got a cool motherfucker, you know?
You ever watch the movie True Romance? No. It's a good movie.
Does it have tobacco?
No. Just all weed, baby.
It doesn't hurt as much.
Because it's all weed.
You do smoke them like they're fucking cigarettes. I haven't smoked that many cigarettes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Smoking weed, it's...
You do it dawn to dusk?
What?
You smoke like when you wake up?
Well, my regular schedule is I wake up, I smoke a spliff or a joint. I'll smoke a joint, and then I'll wait till I do my workouts, and then right after I work out, like I'll drink my protein shake, and then I'll smoke another joint, and then I'll chill. Because this is all during my work.
Smoke 2 joints in the morning.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy because even the people I know that I'm friends with, like all of us, we're so fucking New York because like no matter who we are, it's like it's just such a normal. Like we have movies of people that are stoners and they wake up and they're like, hey man, they wake and bake. I'm like that's not like typical. Like most of the people I know are just everyone. It's just like smoking a cigarette in the morning or having a cup of coffee. It's not that like it's not like taking drugs in the morning. It does not always like Seamus does it. He's a fucking electrician. You know, like I know plenty of people who just wake up professionally, just smoke. It's not now if I woke up and drank 5-6 shots of vodka before I ate or did anything, now that's a fucking issue.
I'll put it this way,
which I did.
If I was ever in a professional setting and I was in a morning, I see a woman who smokes cigarettes, and I was like, do you smoke weed? And they say no, I would laugh at them. I would laugh in their face. I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. And I would just smoke my joint. And it's like, I don't even have to touch a cigarette, but I definitely do want to keep smoking.
I think joints. The best thing is smoke, coffee, shower, music. Because like I wake up and I really
no. I'm the I do a different order. First I shower, then I make coffee. then I roll a joint, and then I pour my coffee, then I light the joint as I'm sipping the coffee, and then I write in my journal. I do my journaling, and then I start working. You know, like I wake up just enough time to do all that, and I start working. And then as I work, I do my bullet journal shit. I learn music. I watch videos and all that shit.
See, I like, because I wake up, and I'm really starting to come to terms. I do have mental illness I gotta work on. I'm trying to see therapy, but like the AD symptoms, when I wake up in a panic. When my brain turns on, it goes, what do I have to worry about? Like, it's like just like you said, people like me would survive in certain situations. But in this situation, I shouldn't be like that.
No.
I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, like predators, you know, like, you know, and I gotta get at, so I wake up and I'm like, okay, I gotta worry about this, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. I'm like, oh, those motherfuckers. And I start getting angry and frustrated, and all of a sudden, I'm like, and I pray, and then sometimes I'll forget to pray, but then I'll make a coffee, I'll get my shit together, I'll smoke, I'll go into the shower, put on music, and then pray, and then start giggling about something, and realize, like, okay, why am I worrying about that? Shit. First thing to think about, what's the most loving, kind way I can be today? Because you can't go wrong. I realize, even if I believe in God or not, if I pray and make the intent of, if I wake up angry at something, okay, they robbed me at the Metro PCS store. What am I going to do about it? I don't know yet. I'm confused. It's the morning. The coffee's not down yet. But if I can calm the fuck down for a second and think, I have to get out of the state first. I can't think of the future while I'm frazzled.
Yeah.
I have to be like, okay, what's the first thing? Pray and smoke and pray and try to get into like, please set me to, you know, don't let me fall into self-pity. Don't let me fall into like anger, the dark side. It really is the dark side at this point. I've been saying these very typical prayers they've told me to do at AA and Christian prayers, and I've realized it's not genuine coming from me, so I'm trying to work around my prayers a little bit different. It's almost like setting an intention. So I realized no matter what, and I'm failing really miserably at a lot of things, but I've been very, very angry and lately and aggressive. So I'm trying to think about if I can set an intention first of, you know, loving awareness and kindness.
No, I think
I can't make a bad decision, even if it's a stupid decision.
I think you had it
based on good motives.
I think you had it right earlier. I stole something from you. I stole something from you. One time you were like, the first thing I do every day, or the first thing one should do, is to thank God. I was never into AA, but the first thing I started doing,
it doesn't work that well, because I'll do it. I'll pray like, God, you know, save me from being angry or this and that, and I'll go about my day, and I'm still fucking like,
no, I don't do that.
You know,
I don't do all that. All I do is I
know how not to get frustrated.
No, I don't even do all that. All I do is I just say thank you, God, and then look at my phone, take a piss, smoke weed, you know, like. But the first thing I have to do is thank you, God, and that's it. That's all I give him. I just say thank you, God, and then everything, and then I could proceed to journal and do all my other shit. But you're right. You were right about that. Like when you first wake up and you do whatever, that means you're putting that before God. Like before I even take a piss, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm just like, thank you, God. And then I look at my phone. All right, put the phone down, go take a piss, take a shower. Yeah, I do. But you were right about that. Like when you wake up,
it's hard because I wake up and I'm like, I'm trying to like not say the same.
But you're the one that told me the answer, so you know the answer already. And
yeah, but it doesn't always work.
It works for me. It does work. You just got to keep doing it. Just keep fucking doing it. Just be like, thank you, God. You at least don't even thank God like sincerely. Just say the words, thank God. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to actually thank God, like deep down. All you got to do is at least just say the words. Gesture, even like thank
I'll
God.
do simple things like, okay, God, today please allow me to get through the day gracefully at work and not overreact or do anything.
No, don't even. No. See, that's too much. Just say thank God. That's it. Just say thank God. You don't have to say anything else, dude. I promise you. You don't have to pray. Just as soon as you open your eyes, thank God. Then you could rage. Then you
almost like something happened. Like you saw something nice. Like almost like you woke up and your package came in and you said, thank God.
Yeah.
Like that.
I don't care what
no positioning or anything.
Like let's say
I did stupid fucking prayer hands and I stopped doing. Because I really, it's hurting me. My legs aren't good now.
Fuck all that.
And I'm like kneeling. I'm like, why the fuck am I kneeling? Like a little bitch. Why?
All you have to do,
train me to do this little bitch.
No.
Please, Sky Daddy.
No, all you have to do is just open your eyes and say thank God. Then do whatever you want. You could jerk off, you could kill someone, you could piss, you could shit.
I tried being submissive to this, like, you know, being like, okay, do what they tell me to do. And maybe because I'm so defiant, maybe my defiance is in making it that I'm not doing this the right way. So I tried to go by their little fucking, okay, get on your knees every morning and then say this exact words.
Brother, I swear what works for me is just opening my eyes every morning and just saying thank God, and I do whatever I want. It helped. Just I still do the same. I do the same exact shit as everything else, but all I did was,
still hurts my throat.
I'm just
too much paper.
All I said was thank God. That's all I did. It's nothing else. I didn't pray. I didn't get on my knees. All I did was just open my eyes and say thank God, and then I just look at my phone, piss, shit, shave, shower, all the shit. I'm just saying, like, just say thank God. That's all you have to do. Even gesturing it is enough because you're giving energy to that. You know, like you're giving kinetic chi for that.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Well, it's like
you gave me that. Of course,
no, because I say thank God, but in, like, you know, situations where like silly situations, like really nonchalant situations, like you know, like,
yo, can I get a cigarette?
Yeah, hold on. I was about to grab one too. Hold on. You're thinking, same wavelength.
Yeah, we're on similar frequencies right now. It's nice. This is what I think the future of humanity is going to be about. Like, there's going to be more and more humans who are going to finish each other's sentences, ask what each other was going to offer. Like, you know, I do believe in 5D, the fifth dimension. I'm sure you came across a couple of weirdos who, like, new age weirdos in AA who are like, yeah, you know, like, I believe in source. I believe in, like,
I trust those people more.
Yeah, me too. You know, like, more than the Catholics, more than the fucking, yeah, more than the Jesus freaks. You're right. Even though I think Jesus was a cool guy. I like Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hater of Christians. I'm not a hater of Christ. I like Jesus. I don't know. I wasn't there when he existed, but if he did exist, I think I would like him. I think he's a cool fucking dude. Even if the stories were inaccurate.
It's just the religion itself is just like, has been taken down to shit. For one, like, I don't think, like, if Jesus was real, I don't think he was trying to start a fucking religion, actually.
No, he was
if anything, he was trying to, like, get rid of religion.
Yeah, he was like a Buddha.
He was like, yeah, all that. I know it says that in the book, but have you thought about being nice? Yeah, but it says to stone people that, yeah, but it also says to be nice. So, well, I mean, contradicting yourself, buddy. So how about
let's remember before Jesus, there was just the Jews.
How about fuck that? I'm the Son of God, so I say this. I don't care what you think the book says. Stop throwing rocks at people's fucking heads. That was basically it. That was it. He was like, well, what do we do? What God says to them? He's like, yeah, but I say that God said, because I'm God's son. So here's what God said everywhere, because he's talking to fucking imbeciles, like fucking 3-year-olds. He's like, people. God told me.
However, what if you did do that, but also you knew some tricks, like you knew how to heal wounds.
Yeah. So yeah, and these people are like taking women in the streets and like, she's a blasphemer and fucking stone her to death, and he's like, what the fuck? Okay, he's like, they're just like, they don't understand. These people don't understand. They read this book. They just learned how. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and they're crazy. And then they have these people wearing the fucking fancy robes with their money and shit.
They're saying yes, this
telling
is
everyone what this says. Telling everyone they're not allowed to read the book. We're reading the book, and we're gonna tell you what it says. So he's like, you know what? I'm God, guys. By the way, God talks to me. I'm the son of God now. And he said that this is fucking crazy. Don't do that. There's like 10 things you don't do, and that's just it.
The kingdom of heaven is within.
And then they're like, well, but what about this? And they're like, yeah, but they just see, whenever you think that, just refer to the 10 rules that I just told you about. Yeah, but what? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So
first of all,
take that question and also apply that to the 10 first rules, and that's it. Actually, and then he simplified it even more. He's like, okay, they're too retarded for 10 rules. Okay, anything you have to ask, any problem that you're facing, every single problem that you might have a problem with, fuck the 10 rules. You know, all the 10 rules, just the first one. That's it. Just apply everything to the first rule. And they still couldn't get that. They're like, they killed him. There was 10 rules, and he's like, you know what? I could probably simplify this even more. Just don't do things to people that you probably wouldn't like having done to you. Does that make sense? And they're like, yeah, but what if they say Jehovah? Yeah, but God told me that all that really matters is that don't do something to somebody that it hurts. Bottom fucking line. There's no stop applying logic to this. Stop trying to yeah, but what if? There's no what ifs. You're rationalizing. There's one thing. There's only one thing you have to do. How do we get into heaven? Just don't do that one thing. It's so fucking easy. It's like the same problem with the tree. Just don't eat that one fucking apple, you psycho. Like, it's so simple and crazy. We complicate the fuck out of it. Just don't hurt people. Yeah, but like, you need to, like, make money, though. What? I just said don't hurt people. What's
honestly,
money?
Do you know who makes us you hurt people? Which sounds fucked up. The Buddhists knew this, in a way. Women. It's the feminine. The feminine gives you reason to do all this fucked up shit.
No, do not make you turn this into a sexist thing. No.
I'm not making sexist. First of all men and women have both masculine and feminine within them.
Men are the ones doing all the things crazy. And that's why we're so crazy that we're like, we are so crazy we need to blame them. That's what it is. We're just so psychopath that we're so fucking scared of them that we need to turn them into monsters like Medusa and shit because we're horrified.
Well, can I tell you something?
They have so much power over us that we're just evil.
All right, Brendan.
They're like, dude, we're just existing with our tits.
Let's take morality out of it, right? And talk about it in pure scientific terms, in biological terms.
Yes,
women,
they have tits.
Women are more.
And we're afraid.
No, women are more valuable than men. Period. That's true. Why? Because a man within a week can reproduce 100 people, whereas a woman can only reproduce once every 9 months. That means biologically, women are naturally more.
Yeah, there's a logic to save the women and children first. Because children have more life left in them.
And also women.
More productivity.
Women specifically are way more biologically valuable.
So it makes logical sense biologically. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Because, like, if you kill, like, 100 men, that won't make a dent in humanity comparing.
That's why we send the men to war? Yeah, that's probably why we send the men to war.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good fucking thing. When did, like, we want to join the army, too. It's like, why? Why do you... Oh, you was like, you want to kill people? Nobody should want to do this. And these guys who want to do this, they're also psychopaths and should be put down like rabid dogs. Actually, this shouldn't exist. So,
First of all,
this shouldn't be something you aspire to.
Do you think farmers and do you think farmers and like sculptors should be put to sleep?
No. Why?
All right.
Yeah,
so
no one.
When you talk about like the best soldiers, the best warriors in this world, the truth is they're not like these bloodthirsty fucking like they're sculptors, they're farmers. They're like, I'm given a plot of land, I'm giving a slab of marble. Here's what I have to chip away.
We're talking about ancient time, different times.
No, I'm talking about
U.S.
We're talking about humanity in. Not every soldier is a warrior, but that's beside the point. That's a different.
Our soldiers aren't warriors.
No. What I'm saying is
they're playing video games.
When it comes to a professional violencer, now here's how it goes. Like, you're given a slab of marble, and like your slab of marble is a reality where hostages are putting a gun to a lady's head, and you have to save her. Now you chip away the pieces of marble to see your statue, just like sculpting. Same thing in a firefight. You chip away the terrorists or the hostage takers so you could see your beautiful reality of a woman walking away safe. It's the same fucking thing. It's an art. It's an art form. War, in fact, is the highest art because it uses all the elements with everything at stake compared to music, painting, dancing. Like, war is the truest, highest human art form. Wherever man goes, war will follow. I mean, that's the truth. War involves music too. War involves painting. War involves music. War involves dancing. War involves marksmanship, archery, swordsmanship, spearsmanship, martial.
It's crazy because every culture from around all had its own.
It involves every element, not just metal, not just air, not just earth, not everything, even time and space.
That's what fascinates me about music and musical instruments. Every separate culture developed its own sense of music.
You think, and war is the ultimate expression of that because war is the only thing that could actually end another's experience in this earth. It's the art form that could actually end your time here.
Music can end wars,
but music cannot end lives. Wars end lives.
Yes, you can.
No, it can't.
I'm sure there's a lot of national songs that make people kill people.
Actually,
you can
you know
use
what?
music to make
How about
people
this?
kill people
If
easily.
you know what? I would love to make music that fucking kills people. That'll
It's
be
easy.
crazy.
There's already music out there that kills people. There's fucking Nazi songs everywhere.
What about rap songs? You know how many?
Yeah, rap kills people.
Dude, I was in a group
It
home.
glorifies
Yo,
that.
I was in a group home, and a lot of kids were telling me, dude, I would have never fucking dropped anyone or robbed anyone if it wasn't for Dr. Dre.
Yeah, because you're impressionable.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do what the art. And then,
I was 11 years old. I listened to Dr. Dre, and I was like, this is how I make money. Because I didn't have money. So I was like, how do I make money if I don't have money? It's like, oh, I rob people. Okay.
You shouldn't yeah, it's a problem. Like that's why older hip hop is more like be self-aware and be conscious of the shit that's going on around you. It wasn't glorifying being a part of it. It was like, this is what I see.
But then the Jews came in, and then they started. And they started making their rap
everything
music.
leans back to anti-Semitism.
No, I don't mean to be anti-Semitic here, but that's the truth. When it comes to
You
music,
work for Jews.
when it comes to the music industry, I'm not saying Jews are in control of the world, but when it comes to the music industry, and maybe the movie industry, I am saying Jews control that shit. You know, because they knew what they were doing. They knew they could make money off this shit. They knew they could make money off of through music. They can make black people kill each other and then keep buying into this shit.
I don't think the Jews have anything against black people.
No, nothing. But they did know that the black people were the most likely to fall for it.
No, I think this actual rapper was kind of glorifying shit. Because before that, it wasn't glorifying. It was talking about it. And I think some people heard that music growing up and thought that's cool.
No, dude.
And now let me glorify.
I think
being that.
first of all, I think you're afraid to be anti-Semitic, which I agree with you. You should be, and I am too. But I will also say most black people were Jesus folk. Most black people, like even if you look at the blues, like the old blues artists, the most famous ones, they always talked about selling their soul to the devil to earn their guitar, their musical shit, so that they could fucking
who's don't push me cause I'm
close to the
who's
edge. Biggie Smalls?
No, that's not Biggie. Wait before that. Well, not wait, 10 years before that at least. That's Grandmaster Flash or something.
Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, but it was like a song like that. It was like, you know, like talking about like junkies in the streets. It was very like old rap song. Like,
yeah, but you remember the
it
blues?
was like it wasn't glorifying. It was like this is horrible.
You remember? Yeah, but
like,
you remember the blues, like where they literally talked about selling their soul to the devil, and then it's like this is what
but
gave
the blues was about the hardship. It wasn't like this is good. This is like this sucks. I want to get out of this. But then somewhere down the line, it changed into this is cool to be like.
It wasn't about that because you got to remember a lot of slaves and former slaves were also Christian. And yet the Christian laws that they were being indoctrinated and taught them, you got to take this. You have to take
it. They had the guilt and the shame.
And the musicians within the slave groups were like, why do I have to take this? They questioned it. That's why the blues artists were known for selling their soul to the devil because they went against that Puritan Christian doctrine.
It's like they were still controlled. It's like that's why we have so many things that are refused to. Like we don't have rights. We have privileges, and they can be taken away. Like, you know, like right now in New York, weed's legal. But the reason is Puritan. It comes from Puritan. Anything that was, you know, the alcohol prohibition was a complete Puritan thing put upon
weed. It's like just like the weed prohibition
or prostitution, sex work. You know, and it's like, slavery and so many shitty things are justified by saying, and you control the peasants by telling them and making them feel like, you know, like all these kings, King James. Are you gonna put out a book that tells everyone they should be humble and accept this because they're going to heaven while you just have whatever the fuck you want? You know, there's a great way to control them. You're gonna tell people that it's hard for a rich man to go to heaven while you hoard all the riches. It's easy to be like, oh yeah, but at least I'm going straight to hell. You know, it's a total fucking bullshit trick. It's a very classist, elitist thing to do to the masses. Are the masses dumb because of it? Maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of music that we love.
But we're made to feel shame and bad.
First of all, I'll admit there's a lot of music that I love that promotes the wrong message.
Same thing with like what we're doing like with our capitalists. Like you should be happy that, you know, like you're told that these shitty jobs you work at. It's like, you know what? If you don't like it, then somebody else will do it. Or, you know, you should be happy I gave you a job that I'm even giving you this much. You should be happy that I'm working for you, because if I didn't, you can't do all these things. You can't cook all these things. You can't do all these things. You can't run. You're relying on us, and you're making us feel like we're indebted. The same thing as elitists always been doing, and this comes from this really long-standing from Europe, fucking Christian Catholicism. Like we had the Crusades, we had the fucking Spanish Inquisition. And then you pretty much dominated the whole world with this shameful, guilty, Puritan bullshit to control the fucking masses. While the elitists, are up there fucking probably on some island fucking children.
We're in space
and we're
stations.
supposed to be happy with the shit, the trickle-down economics that they talk. There's no such thing as trickle-down. It's a fucking game, and they're winning because we're fucking letting them. It's fucking stupid.
No, there's one thing. I personally feel like I discovered something that they can never win in, and that's the individual spirit. I'm sorry, like once I discovered my own.
That's always been the great thing that the poor have, but they're rich in spirit. Fuck that. Take back what's theirs, Like that's what they let us play, but at least you're rich in spirit. They give us those little stories, or like
Brendan.
Stories like, look at this poor person got
Brendan, you don't
out of
understand.
it. It's like, no, they should revolt and kill you all.
Brendan, I feel like in past lives I've saved other people, and I feel like also in past lives I've done like evil shit. Like I think it's beyond just my life or your life. Like I think it's like and I also feel like we're all just the same soul living out different lives in different bodies.
Oh yeah.
Like I really
it's probably a big play.
So once I have that belief, it's like I can't have the same kind of like belligerent hatred of like authority.
And them, even though it's all just ordinary men. Yeah, that. Haven't you heard? It's a battle of words. How does it go? It's such a good set. It's so simple. It's not even a lot of words to that song, but it's just like, that's a good album.
But you know what I mean? Like I can't hate anyone anymore. I can't even hate the Nazis. I can't like the neo-Nazis. I can't hate the neo-Nazis. I can't hate the Jews. I can't hate the Muslims. I can't hate any of these dumb fucking Christians. I can't hate any of these dumb fucking white or black people. I can't hate any of these gay or trans. I can't hate anyone anymore.
Did you ever hear the conversation between Ram Dass and Terrence McKenna?
Bro, to me it's like hating animals. Like, am I gonna hate a donkey for acting like a donkey? No, I can't hate these people. Like, I get why they're so fucking stupid, but I can't hate them for that.
Who's stupid though? That's almost like, without context, that just sounds like
right,
eugenicism and racism.
I'm sorry, let's set the terms. To me, anyone who complains is stupid. If you're a complainer, you're a stupid person. I don't complain about anything ever, and I know like competent people don't complain. But when you're like not like a normal complainer, normal people complain, that's fine. But when you're a chronic, you know what I mean? Like a chronic complainer, like everything that comes out of their mouth is just something horrible that's going on with their life or the world. It's like, dude, like it's.
So you're about to be like, because Jews are biologically worse.
No, but you see in communists and libertarians, you see it everywhere. You see it in all spectrums, like where they're just complainers. They're just scarce. They're scarcity minded, not abundant minded. First of all, you have racists that are both scarcity minded and abundant minded, and you also have more liberal minded folk who are also scarcity minded and abundant minded. Like it's that complicated. It's multiple axes kind of thing, and like you just can't be scarcity minded. Like that's a big problem. Like no matter who you are, if you're scarcity minded, you're going to be naturally inclined towards hatred. Whereas if you're abundant minded, you're going to be more about gratitude. Like I'm thankful for what I have because I have way more than I need.
I don't like left minded that much either because that's still lawful.
No,
it's still lawful to me.
You know what? Lawful.
That's not chaotic enough.
Lawful is scarcity. Chaotic is abundant. Because think about it. Abundance is chaotic, whereas lawfulness is scarce.
That's why I'll argue with people and. Some people are like, yeah, you fucking leftist. I'm like, whoa, stop right there. Or some people are like, oh, you're fucking authoritarian, or no, authoritarian. Some people call me what's it called? What's a libertarian?
Brendan.
I'm like, dude, I'm none of these things.
Brendan, how about this? Like,
shut the fuck up.
People would be like,
libertarian.
Like, imagine like poor people telling you I'm starving, and then you tell them, are the birds starving? Are the bugs starving? Are the squirrels starving? Like, why are you starving? Why are you truly starving? Like, are you really starving, or are you just? Let me get that.
I would help somebody out a bit. I feel like as humans, we just should naturally.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Like, we don't really have to starve.
I don't think of it as like, oh, I have to. Like, if I walk like if I go into CVS and someone's like, I'm just like, fuck it.
No,
Yeah,
no, Brendan. First of all, I think it's even more fucked up than that. I think we in our cities we should have like trees that grow.
Oh
fruits.
yeah, well that's
like
the
we
big
should
problem.
have. We should have like
There's
grow
no reason.
parts.
Like it's the same. That's the same concept of like why yes, because we've done this to ourselves and because it's set up like this, you should fucking tip your waitress. But the reality of it is that should be the fucking guy who hired them's fucking job, and we are really the only country who does that shit. It doesn't make sense to other countries because they pay their fucking workers the right amount. So we're being gypped in both of us, the waitress and you. And so it really that is the truth. So there should be no fucking reason that you need food from me and you're not self-sufficient. There's a big problem in society as a whole that it's become a hard thing for you to be self-sufficient, especially if you have no actual problems. Like people are like, oh, they're just drug addicts. I've met a lot of homeless people.
Dude, food scarcity.
Very small percentage are drug addicts.
Brendan, did you know that we could synthesize every single nutrient the human body will ever need, like pumping out like batteries, and we could feed nutritiously. We could feed.
Yeah, but it's not profitable.
I know.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
See, we're held back. Technology is held back because then the system got us as far. We made fucking rockets that go to space. That's great. We had a Cold War that probably helped us. Technology.
We split the atom, man.
Yeah, we did things that when we discovered good and bad things. But now that part's over. Now we have to move forward, and there's no way until there's no way we're blocked now. We stopped. It's like a raft that you used to get across a river, and once you get to that part, you have to get up. You can't use the raft to go back on land. We're trying to stay on the raft and still travel this new terrain. We need a new vehicle. We need a new system to travel forward in humanity. We're not going to go to space like this. We're not going to find a new galaxy like this. We're not, we're not. We're not going to grow as a species with this. It's not working anymore. It's done. It is being proved. It's slowly failing.
What do you think is failing exactly?
I think capitalism's going to crumble. It's under its own pressure. It's just going to.
What about capitalism is so bad?
I mean, because if things are done for profit, it has to be done to the whole different awareness.
All right, give me your best argument against capitalism while I take a piss.
I'm too tired for this. No, I'm not going into this right now. It's too much. This is like a whole episode. I'm not going into a whole episode of capitalism.
All right, let's take like a 2-minute recess so I can take a piss. All right, so we gotta drag this out as much as possible so that it can be very enjoyable. All right, so
enjoyable.
This is what I plan to cook.
I want to watch Food Party.
I want to watch Food Party too with the Asian girl.
See, dude, that show should have been it's always the good shows, like Wonder Chosen, Xavier Renegade Angel.
Yo, here's my plan, Brendan. Here's my plan. I'm going to join
I want a weird sketch show.
Brendan, I'm going to join a Korean church band, and I'm going to find a cute girl there, and then I'm going to introduce her to you, and you're going to seduce her, and she's going to be like, I actually like this guy, and then you're going to get married with her, and you're going to make some half Asian.
I thought you were going to do your racist voice. Dude, you do your Asian voice for her.
If I'm going to meet this girl, I'm being real. Like, this girl will be like, I actually like this dude. And she just plays, like, all the Kimia Dawson songs. She's like, Brendan, do you know Kimia Dawson?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You don't know Kimia Dawson? Do you know Moldy Peaches?
No.
Oh. It's like modern neo-folk. Like Juno type shit. You ever see the movie Juno?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that kind of vibe music.
I'm not really into it. It's kind of campy.
But if you meet a church Korean girl who's cute and can play guitar, that's probably what she's into.
Oh, so they're all like a stereotype?
No, I mean I'm just guessing. There's some girls maybe she's like, oh yeah, I like playing religious folk in the day, but little do my parents know I listen to Minor Threat and Bad Brains and you'll see all types of people. You know this, like
yeah. It sucks that everywhere you go, most are basic bitches around.
Not lately. I mean, because there's been so much media. Like even the most basic bitch, like she's into something interesting. She's into like Viagra Boys or something. You know,
What the fuck is Viagra Boys?
you never heard Viagra Boys?
No.
Shit, dude, I cannot wait to show you. You're gonna like Viagra Boys. They're a good band.
Yeah.
It's a good band. Like you'll like it.
Okay.
I mean, imagine like I could imagine like JoJo, Mark, and Brendan starting a band called Viagra Boys.
I want a punk band. I have no idea who the fucking.
Let me join your fucking band, dude. You know I'm a good musician.
I need a drummer. I can't do without a drummer.
Let's get a kid drummer. Let's teach him how to play the drums, and he'll get better.
I'm not teaching anybody.
No, I'm saying we'll get a kid and be like, "Yo, play this." Give him songs and be like, "Just play to this," and he'll do it. And it's easy to do that if they're young. If they're old, it's hard. But if they're young, they could do that.
And then because then the whole, and then it's a novelty act.
No, any jock can play the drums. You got to find a jock.
Yeah, but then it's a novelty act. Like, oh, they have a kid drummer. Then it's a big deal about that, and it's not. The focus is taken off.
When I say kid, I meant like 25, 23. That's
Oh,
what I meant.
okay.
That's
Okay.
that's what I meant.
I thought you meant like get a little kid.
No.
And then like that, it becomes like that's
No,
the
I was
thing.
like, get some kid drummer, like a 23-year-old or some shit, like a 24, like obviously a legal adult.
Get a midget.
No, I would want to be in a band with people that could legally drink. You know, at least. Like, I think that's reasonable, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get a drummer that's at least like 23, 24, 25 or some
I
shit.
want Alex to fucking play.
He's not gonna play.
You can. I don't see why not.
Does he like music though? Even playing, because music destroyed his life almost.
Once he destroyed his life,
Derailed his life.
he got sick of it. I guess the touring at least.
What about your brother? Can't he play the drums?
No,
What about one of your sisters? Can they play the drums?
no. I don't know drummers. I don't think about this right now.
I know what we could do.
What? I want a sketch show.
We could
sketch comedy show.
Could sabotage Dave Sarnes' band so he has no band, and then we'll just like have him play the band.
He's so hard to get a hold of.
Dave?
Yeah. He's so busy. I want a sketch show.
All right, I got an idea for a sketch show.
There's no ideas. There's just multiple ideas. Just different ideas every episode.
All right, my one idea is a guy who's like super spiritual, but he's also like super capitalist. He's like, yeah, you know, like when it comes to making money, it's all about diverting your chi and your energy and your will energy into money. And it's easy. You know, like most people divert their chi into useless products and fast food, but we could divert it straight into our pockets, bro. You know, it's super easy, bro. And then you're just like looking at him like, I can't even call him a psychopath because he kind of scares me. And then he's like, yeah, bro. And what we do is we affect their emotions. We affect their different chakra points. And we manipulate it and twist it around so that we affect each chakra point until they could turn it into buying our service. Easy. You know, like if we say, oh, we could help you with your divorce. We could help you with your fucking like breakup. We could help you with your debt. You know, like through life coaching. You know, like as long as we could twist your chakra buttons, man, we got you under our fucking thumb, bro. We can make maximum money. That's hell. Like that's like some hell business. Like that's a good skit.
You know, I realized it's really hard to get rid of that Catholic Christian guilt, even if you don't believe in it.
Yep.
Why does it get ingrained? I don't even believe in that shit.
Are you circumcised?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Why? Does that mean it does something?
Why did your mom circumcise you? I don't know.
Yeah, but why does it? Maybe circumcision does something.
It does. I mean, there's a reason why it was in the Talmud.
What do you think is? Why does it make us like obedient to the law?
Yeah, it's a covenant. It's a deal with God. It's a covenant.
But that's not God. Who's it to deal with?
God, Yahweh.
God did not
Hashem.
God did not tell us to cut our peepees.
That's what God told Moses, apparently.
I don't believe in that. So what the fuck is it? Just some evil, ancient, demonic shit?
Well, just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean it's not true. But
It's
just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's true either. I get it.
They did something to us.
Yes.
It's evil.
It's not. It might not. It might be necessary evil.
No.
I agree with you there, but because this is the only reason why I agree with you is because again, it goes back to the lawful versus chaos. Yeah, I'm always about air guitaring my way through like the problems, but I can't not see the lawful side of things. Like I see their shit. Maybe I'm just true neutral about certain things, you know. I mean, what can you do?
No, maybe it's just, they make the church, we did go to church sometimes. I didn't know what to believe in. I don't feel like it was really forced on me. I don't know, but I did go to Sunday school, did go to church, Catholic church. Yeah, it's just fucking weird, man. It's like a fucking cult. It's fucking strange.
Oh, you're gonna tell me AA is not like a cult?
AA is definitely a fucking cult. And I take it with a grain of fucking salt now. Like, it's crazy, man.
But you learn more about Gnosticism. You learn more about like the Kabbalah. You learn more about like Taoism, and you see how they all kind of like not the same shape, but like a very similar outline. Like they cast a similar shadow. You know.
It was funny. There was this guy at our rehab, and he had sober time. Yeah, sober time. If you're gonna be work at the rehab, and he, everyone, usually an ex-addict who works at these places, and he was super like, Jesus-y. He was in my room and he saw me reading like a Tibetan book or Buddhist book, and he was like, "Oh, that's the devil's work. You gotta read just the Bible and this and that. That's what Buddha said when he said he got enlightened. He said, 'I am nothing.' What kind of? Why would you say? What do you think that's good? Now you just go to you go to God said this that, and I'm like okay, dude, I'm just reading like I got like a fucking 20 days without a heroin, dude, and I'm trying to what the fuck? And I think he got in trouble because I did say something. It's like, yeah, he's not supposed to do that. And I think he might kick him out or something like that. But
all I'm saying is this:
especially like if you really want to see how indoctrinated our country is with religion, go to the fucking South, man. Where I was, it's a given. You don't believe in anything else but God. Like even if you don't go to church, you at least believe this is what we believe in here. We believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And if you don't like it, you get the fuck out of here. It's like super racist, bigoted. It's like fuck the freedom of religion thing. We don't accept that here. And I feel like with what's happening, we're going to just be a completely blatantly no. We are fucking white, fucking Christian, fucking country. Everyone else, it's gonna be like Nazism. It's gonna be like if you don't believe in this shit, we're gonna fucking kill you.
All right, here's my
or
deal.
get the fuck out of our country. You're not allowed to not be. If you're not fucking white, you're fucking fuck you. And if you're not a Christian, fuck you.
Just so everyone knows where I stand, I'm going to establish this right now. I do not. It's not about Jesus. It's not about Buddha. It's not about Allah. It's not about any of them. To me, there's only one God. And yes, there's many middlemen. I could be a middleman. You could be a middleman for God between and like the unwashed atheist masses. But listen, I only believe in one God. There is a God, and you don't have to call it God. You can call it the universe. You can call it the life force. You can call it whatever you want. I think our soul, like our mind and our body, this is all physical, material, but there's something deeper, like our emotions and stuff, and our inclinations for love. That comes from the soul. And that's different than our rational minds and our logical minds and our physical being. Like, I do think the soul exists, and I think that soul is connected to the... Honestly, I think the soul is like a water droplet, and God is like the ocean where the water droplet comes from. So when we're born, it's like that a water droplet is taken from that ocean, temporarily placed in a body, so that it could exist and experience whatever. Then when the body dies, the water droplet goes right back into the ocean with everything it learned, everything it experienced, and that's how the ocean grows. I think essentially we're all just the same soul living out different lifetimes in different bodies. And that's what helps me. That's what helps me forgive things. And that is also what helps me want to help people and do right by people, Because to hurt you is to hurt me, and for you to hurt me is to hurt you, in that regard. It's like, what the fuck is the point of fucking anyone else over if we're all just the same soul at the end of the day? Like, after the body dies, which is temporary, the brain temporary, mind temporary, ideas temporary, everything's temporary, except for the emotions, the impacts we have, the metaphysical impacts we have on our environment and our energy body, physical body, mental body, all that shit. Right?
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
I mean, do I sound like a fucking idiot or what? Like, do I sound like a fucking hippie or something? Like, I think this is it. These are my honest beliefs, Brendan.
Yeah, but people people don't want that. People want.
Dude, I know. You know what? My dad said the same thing. Once I told my dad my honest beliefs.
People don't want no part of that shit.
You know what my dad told me? My dad was like, he was scared. He was like looking at me. He was telling me about like martyrs. He was telling me about like Martin Luther King Jr. and Jesus, and he was telling me about like people who had radical ideas like got killed. And then I asked my dad, I was like,
yeah, that's not a radical idea though.
Exactly.
It's pretty much you're along the lines of New Age fucking spirituality.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
There's a section at Barnes and Noble for this type of. I'm not gonna go to fucking prison. I'm not gonna be a fucking prisoner of war.
No, buy a fucking
crucify me.
Buy a tarot card book. They're saying the same fucking shit. Buy an astrology.
This isn't
book.
like he's like acting like it's like the witch burning's gonna happen or something.
It was interesting to me. I was like, why are you so scared of what I'm saying? What, that we have souls and all the souls belong to Source? Like, why are you so pissed about that? Here's a cigarette.
Oh.
Like, why are you so pissed about that? Here. No, I want to ask my dad. Like, Dad, why are you so pissed about that? Why are you so why are you so freaked out about this idea? And he was like, he never said anything in response, but he was just like, be careful, I care about you, be careful. I'm like, what am I saying? All I'm saying is that I believe in the soul, where everyone's just the same soul living different lives in different bodies, but we're all ultimately gonna go back.
Blasphemer!
It's fucked up. I'm like, what do you? And that means he's scared in my eyes. I think that means, and anyone else who has like that kind of same vibe about it, I'm like, you're scared. You're frightened about this idea.
Well, let's hope the Emperor pardons you and they don't crucify you.
I mean, I'm ready to empathize, because if I know I could empathize with guys like Osama bin Laden or fucking like Jack the Ripper or Hitler, like I could empathize with. I don't agree with them or anything they did, but I could empathize with them. You know, I could at least
empathize with them because look, they want to practice their fucking religion, and I don't know what they're telling us as our country, because we don't really talk about what we're doing.
I don't roll like that.
You know, so we don't talk about what we're doing to them. We're probably doing something to oppress their freedom of their religion, and that's why they attacked us.
And good.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of shit going on. We're probably fucking with them.
Let's get it out of the way. You know,
and we don't think about that. We don't want to think about
that. But I say let's get it out of the way. Yes, this was going to get in line, like get in opposition of you.
Like how
let's
would
fucking do
like
this.
think about how would let's just build an Arab fucking military base in Texas. And just and then tell you that some of the things that you guys do as Christians, you can't be fucking
Brendan,
doing anymore.
Imagine soldiers from that base going up to white girls in Houston and be like, you gotta wear a hijab. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no.
Or making fun of making fun of them. Like, we don't
like yeah, we'll kill you for that.
Like, yeah,
shit.
people don't realize when these other people go after us. Like, dude, we got like. Imagine if they we're racist as we are here. People like these damn Mexicans with the block. Like, imagine if they were walking around in uniform sometimes, just like giving you shit. Like this is our fucking turf, motherfucker. It's like we have Chinatowns in places, but there's a lot of shit we don't fucking have.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Especially in positions of power in certain areas.
There
would be protests everywhere.
You'll have congressmen sending gangs to kill people. You know, like, it's crazy.
We're in other people's places. Like, taking shit and doing shit that, like, for no fucking reason. Like, of course. Goddamn.
Yeah.
We're gonna go up to Greenland now.
Well, this is why I think Marianne Williamson should be president. The orb lady. She knows what she's talking about. I agree with her. It took a while for me to get what she's saying, but I get it.
We don't need a president. We need common sense. the president thing, it lasted as long as it did. We were 50 something. We're good. We enough. Tried it too many times.
You think we're done with presidents?
I think we just. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I think we don't presidents. At least the way we do it, we have it being done now. Whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Shit, I cannot wait to make you some. Well, we'll make it for both of us.
Yeah, all I ate today was a potato pancake and a couple string beans.
All right, I'll make you some. I'll make you some good stuff. Let's see what time we're at, and let's see how much we're at. Let's see. All right, so we're get into closing statements. Closing statements about. I don't want to talk about politics. What I want to talk about is spirituality, not religion. I want to say that I don't care what faith, religion you belong to, but God exists. God is real. So is the opposite of God, the negative. I think there's a positive and a negative, but I think even transcending that, there is one. There is only one.
There is the force, and there is the dark side and the light side. Actually, I think the force that when it always made sense to me, even as a kid, and it actually does, because George Lucas, it really did. He is he identifies himself as a Buddhist Methodist, and that's strange. But the Force is a conglomeration of all the world's religions condensed into one thing, pretty much. So it is the Force, you know.
I think you would be a green lightsaber guy, and I would be a blue lightsaber.
You know
guy.
what? I am a green lightsaber guy. How did you know?
And I think I'm a blue lightsaber guy.
And I like the color blue more, but I'm a green lightsaber guy.
I'm a blue lightsaber.
And even since I was younger, I always picked green. Even though I do like wearing blue more and stuff like that. It's weird.
Because I see how the blue lightsaber guys act, and I'm like, yeah, I would do that. You know, I get it. But also the green lightsaber guys, I get why they act the way they do. They're the counselors, you know, and the masters. They're
no, that's a yellow.
No, the yellows are sentinels and watchers.
Oh yeah, but blue ones are guardians, and they're more headstrong, fighty,
yeah,
more like soldiers almost.
Well,
more.
they're all about lightsaber fighting.
Yeah, the green ones are more force trying to become sensitive to the force.
Well, I mean, what's a
yellow?
Here's the thing: the better fights. What's a better fight style? The blue is dude, no Jedi could defeat me in a sword fight, whereas the green is no planet can defeat me in a force fight. I will see 10 steps ahead of any planetary government, you know. And meanwhile, the yellow is I will hack everything. I could fly anything. I could drive anything. I could use any weapon. I could use blasters, sabers, I could use force powers. But they're the master of none of them. They're not a master of lightsaber, but they could use it. They're not a master of force powers, but they could use it. They're not a master of hacking. Well, they are actually a master of hacking, because that's what they do. They hack the force. They hack.
And that's why you got to be careful, because the more you put into Bastila, the harder that fight's going to be when you have to fight her.
Well, it's easy to convince Bastila to join you, though. It's really easy. They make it too easy.
Yeah, she's such a pushover. Yeah. Malik turns her like nothing. He shocks her a couple times. She's like, I'm evil now. She comes back you lost her. 2 days later, you're like, yo, what's up, Bastila? I found you. She's like, I'm totally completely opposite now. Really? That's all it took? Shocked you a couple times? Whispered into your ear twice? And you're just turning to the dark side.
If they made a movie out of it, and in the movie they removed half her face, took away her boobs or some shit, took away did crazy fucked up shit to her, that would be cool. And she turned
you can end that game in such a fucked up. The worst is the fucking Zalbar. And you're like, Zalbar, eat her. And he's like, oh. It's yeah, but you owe my life debt to me, Zalbar. He's like, but I love her. It's yeah, and eat her. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I owe a life that the gods demanded. And he has to eat her alive.
Just be honest.
And then Karth is just like, fuck this, and just starts running.
Just be honest. You will not like the Disney Plus show of the Old Republic. You will not.
You're never gonna do it right.
You will not like it.
The game and the show are perfect the way they are. The game is perfect the way it was. It's such a perfect.
Yo, if they made a Disney Plus show, do you think they would make Revan a woman or a male?
It's canonly a male.
I think it's canonly a female, isn't it?
Canonly a male.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they date. Bastila and Revan get it on.
But wasn't
They break the rules. They
but,
fuck.
But wasn't the exile canonly?
They have kids.
Was the exile a female? You know who the exile is, right?
I don't know if that's in canon story at all or anything.
Of course there is, because Kreia is canon, and so is.
Oh yeah, Darth Nihilus is
Yeah,
canon.
and so is Darth Sion.
Zion. That game, look, that game is crazy. We go up to him and he's like, all the letters are like some. Like, you're like, what the fuck is this psycho shit here? He's so into it. He's so dark side. He can't even speak English and he can't even speak Latin. And he's like, it's like some fucking psycho demonic.
No, that's Nihilus.
Yeah, some demon language shit from the
Sion,
ancient Sith. I love how they get into that.
Yeah, but Darth Sion was cool because he was just like a Frankenstein corpse monster. It's like if I clap the wrong way.
They rushed. I hate the rush at the end of the game. You can tell that they like skipped the shit ton and then put you in the last part of the game. It sucked. I hated that part.
You know they're gonna redo Knights of the Old Republic, right?
They should remake 2 because they didn't finish it.
No. I'm saying they're gonna reboot the whole thing. Like they're gonna do.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely gonna play it.
How do you think they're gonna do it? Do you think they're gonna do it like more like Kingdom Hearts? I think that would be
Like how they did with Final Fantasy, probably. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, like Kingdom Hearts.
The Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's gonna be like Kingdom Hearts. I think more like the Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's probably gonna be more.
That's Jedi Survivor, pretty much.
But they still have to keep the D&D. Like if they get rid of the D&D mechanics, that ruined the whole game.
You don't need all that shit though. They really don't. Those are all really like all the RPGs are so simple.
That's what made those games. Morrowind. That's what made Morrowind what it is. And the choice and the game, like, and yeah, the choice of it. And
yeah, but as long as if they made it like Witcher or Witcher 3, it would work.
You'd have to play multiple characters.
No, you need.
I never played Witcher 3, and I like those types of games. I didn't like it. I don't know if I have to play another open after playing Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom it's ridiculous how free and beautiful it is. It's structured and free at the same time.
You know what? I think Knights of the Old Republic should be more medieval. It should be more like, oh yes, we're knights and we fight in this land and then I gotta leave and I fight with a whole new party in this planet.
That would be going way back.
But that is Knights of the Old Republic. It is the old Republic, so it is going way back.
No, because that was set in the Republic. In the beginning of the Republic.
Yeah, I'm just saying it would make more sense if they made it more Witcher style, if they made it more action-y.
Well, it still has to be the same game with the same characters and the same battles.
Like Witcher 3 could do it. The Witcher 3 engine.
But it's still not the same, because you're never going to get the... It's stupid, because you're not going to get the same experience again.
Sure you will.
Like, it's not like anyone knew that it's just going to be old players revisiting it. It's not going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually Revan. That's the point of the whole game, is like, holy shit, now what do I do with this information now? Do I go to the dark side now, or do I do the light? Or
no, the whole point of
you're given a choice at that time. Now you're like, holy shit, now I know. What do I do with this new information?
Now, the whole point of Knights of the Republic 1 was to say, like, oh, this is a great adventure. And then in the end of it, you discover your Revan, and you're like, oh my god, what do I do with this information? So I think now is a perfect time to relive that kind of thing. It's like, oh yes, we're going back to that. Where Zoomers could pick up the game, and they're like, why did my big brother...
Oh, I can hear the song. Dun, 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 dun.
What's the song that was like...
Dun, 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 this is the beginning. Like, dun, dun.
What's the song that's like... Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that's Binary Sunset by William James.
But I think that was the most powerful for...
That's also the Jedi song, but that's it, yeah. But I'm saying the music from Knights of the Republic, it does have that in it, of course. Every Star Wars, anything with Star Wars in it has that song somewhere. Well, hold on, let me show you. I love it.
You're about to play a Star Wars song right now?
No, this is this one.
Oh, he's about to play it on
It's
guitar.
it's nice. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. I hum that if I need to do something good.
Yeah, but it is a nice guitar.
Yeah, it is. Fender. Fucking A.
Yeah, this is what you'd be recording on if you had to record here.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a sweet guitar.
But anyway, we're about ready to close this episode up, and we'll afterwards we'll eat. I'll make you some. We'll help.
Veggies. Chicken veggies.
We'll make chicken veggies.
Rice.
Anyway, closing statements. Alright, so Star Wars. Star Wars is soft disclosure. Star Wars is not fiction. George Lucas was just given information by the feds, and they told him make a movie out of this. It's real.
That really did happen a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and that information somehow reached his brain because that's how things work somehow. I can't explain it right now.
And also, me and Brendan might just start.
I'm not a metaphysicist.
Me and Brendan might just start like a foundation or a charity where you donate us money and we give it to these Chinese rub and tub workers, and we give them money. It's like, hey, you know, we'll let you live a whole life. You know, like we'll let you live an actual life as an American without having to like fuck these fat ugly guys. Like we'll let you chill with us. Just come in here acting like you're going to do the rub and tub thing, and then contact us, and we'll try to get you out of it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to do for these women.
Well, we'll take like just like at least like one BJ though, right? Just
Sure.
one for the road.
If you want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, what if they
Seal the deal. It's like a handshake.
All right. Well, if you had a choice, right? Let's say you had to like risk your life to free a Chinese rub and tub woman, and you had
Why would I have to free them?Ey're fine.
I'm just saying. What if you took a job to free them, and she was like, "I'm gonna pay you in one of two ways. I'm either gonna give you a blowjob or $10,000. Which should you pick?"
$10,000.
All right.
And I just go to another rub and tub, get a blowjob, and then still have like $9,800 something dollars left.
That's a great way to end the episode. And to end it off, we're gonna hum the song. Dun dun. Keep
going. Wait.